One and hello, everybody. We are back with more Dungeons and Dargons. Where we last left off, our party was making their way to the newly discovered Cragmaw Castle with their good friend Thaldir, who has gone about and leading the way. So this is going to be about a day and a half trip.
Is he on a horse?
I imagine you guys are all either on horse or on the cart.
Okay, I'm on my horse. He's on his horse, and then there's the cart behind us with everyone else.
So,
Grandma is
and I
sitting
take
with
it that
Nessa as she drives.
I am in the cart.
Probably.
Grandma's next to Nessa going, all right, honey, you got this. Yeah, I know. You've had much practice. You've got it. Be more confident. You got it. And like also trying to hold the piece of plywood up. You got it.
So
also, real quick,
Driving the cart.
For you guys in chat, in the Lost Mines, I have thrown up the crude representation of the map that Sadir has collected from some of the goblins.
I have to open that.
Okay, question.
Answer.
Has Goblin Slayer forced little Belladonna to take a nap?
Yes.
Not yet, because that happened as you guys were getting onto the road, which is where we are now.
I literally put like 3 bedrolls down and like laid you down, and then I'm like, no, you lay there and keep talking, but you do not get up.
But I'm not tired. I can walk.
I don't care if you're tired. I know you can walk. I'm really proud of that, but I need you to lay down right now, and trust me when I say this, it will be better for you.
Fine. But you have to listen to all my experiments I made last night, and then she just starts rambling.
Going on for like an hour.
At what point does she fall asleep?
Wait, let me roll.
Little kid
roll
laying
a
down
D4.
on a really soft bedroll, talking about what they did last night.
2.
All right, you ramble for about 2 hours before you pass out.
And the longer Belladonna rambles, like the more her words slur and just kind of like stop making sense. But she's insisting up until like the minute she passes out that she's wide the fuck awake.
She's doing that thing that kids do where she's like nodding off, but like wakes up and immediately is like really energetic for a second and then nods off and then gets energetic. Yeah, I imagine Goblin Slayer is just sitting in the front, not even really fully listening to it, just kind of like shaking his head slowly a little bit every so often. Like anytime you mention something that's like really like not a thing that a kid should be doing, he just kind of shakes his head a couple times, and then he nods anytime you talk about something that you figured out that was really cool. He's like, okay, that's pretty dope sounding. Like he's listening. He is definitely not paying attention to his surroundings, but he's keeping the cart on the trail.
It is very much you have like a 23-year-old brother and their 5-year-old sister.
And the brother is trying so hard not to be as shitty as the parents.
Yes. I need to be the good brother and actually watch my kid sister.
I need to take care of this little kid so that she doesn't get her whole world fucked up, kind of like I do. Fully vibe with that, 100%. But yeah, Helly, passive perception if you want. Because I imagine me and Bella are not paying attention.
Not at all.
Well, good news is that you're not getting jumped by anything.
I am riding my horse next to the cart. I'm just trying to keep next to the cart without bumping into it and make sure that Nessa doesn't move the cart off the rails. Although she's doing just fine, so I just started ignoring her after about 30 minutes.
All right. So during this talk, Saeed is going to go and ask. So, got your map. Got the map back there, ripped off of that goblin. How are we wanting to go about and get in there?
We need to collect intelligence first. And these two sneakers, as I kind of like, and then I stop for a minute as Bella says something, and like, I'm surprised. I would never have thought to powder that and then add it to
Whatever.
And then he stops like, these two sneaky fuckers can probably sneak around a little bit. At the very least, they can peek in some windows and give us a little bit of a lay of the land. And that one, as he points to Grandma, is like, that one can climb. You can climb, right?
Yeah.
You could climb the walls of the castle, sneak in, and learn what's going on in there.
Okay, hang on. A whole ass castle, honey.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I am.
And it's just the internal fort. What's left of it? It's more like a hill fort than any. It's not even like a hill fort even. It's only a single layer.
Keep in mind, please. I'm 78 years old. Got my ass handed to me by a dragon.
That's fair.
Seeing dead ones around, and Grandma kind of looks over to like where nobody's there, and then looks back at you. And so, like, I'm good at what I do, don't get me wrong. But let's keep those expectations within reason for an old lady. Please and thank you. And then Grandma reached over to pull the plywood back up.
just peeking in the windows. Got it.
Okay.
And Grandma, every once in a while, you'll see Grandma look over.
We need to know how many goblins are there. We need to know if they got... Goblins are typically do traps. That's one of their big things. So we need to get an idea of about where they would set their traps based on where they are in the castle. And we definitely, certainly, absolutely must not immediately walk through the front door. Because it's so obvious. You walk through the front door, the goblins are just going to gank you from both sides and above, because that's what goblins do.
If it helps, the red bands, when they are having the traps in theirs, which I know it's a bit different than the goblins, but they, I don't know, I think it was a little over 100 pounds, but I was able to walk over. I didn't, but I could have walked over their traps easily without them triggering, if that is of help.
So more likely smaller creatures like these two, points to Grandma and Essence, could possibly sneak in a lot safer than you, me, or Miss Clanky Bones over there, as I point to the cardboard cutout of Essence holding the reins and looking indignant. Nessa holding the reins and looking indignant.
Let's not have Essence holding the reins. I love her, but let's not.
Nessa's holding the reins, Grandma's sitting next to her. Essence is in the back, sitting next to a now asleep Belladonna.
And I feel like Essence, even though she's not here, she's complaining to Grandma, why didn't you just let me have a drink last night? It wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Like, I feel like Grandma's like, because you're a child. Once you're old enough, I don't care if you drink.
Essence is more like the kind to sit and stew about it for a little while.
But I feel like it's one of those, like, you know, when you look at your grandma, if she at least isn't saying anything, Grandma knows exactly why she's pissed at her. And Grandma's like, I'm not gonna let a child drink. Point blank. And she like sticks her tongues out or something. You better watch that tongue, young lady. Stuff like that's going on. And when she's not doing that, she's looking forward, helping Nessa to, again, just that D spot in the cart. She keeps looking. Yeah. And like sometimes she nods like she's hearing something and then turns back forward.
As you do that, as Belladonna's asleep, so I'm now more focused on what's going on. I'm like, what do you keep? You mentioned dead people.
Yes, lots of dead people.
Any particular ones?
Her parents, and she points to Essence, and my ex-lover, who was my husband, left me. And Grandma kind of like goes off. Like, she like, that's kind of where she stops. And like, she shakes her head out of it. Yeah, those three mainly. But then I'm seeing other people. And like, she just starts listing off all these people that have died. But like, they go in flashes. So it's fine.
As like, he kind of is looking at you and like, he kind of slows down a little bit. and just like catches up after a minute. It's like, what was it that you said that you did before this?
Party. I was a very, very well-known, but not well-known, if you know what I mean, spy and thief. I did a lot of things that were illegal. Used a lot of countries against them, trying to be on both sides. Killed a lot of people. A lot of people died. And I slept with a lot of people, but you don't want to hear about that.
Ellie, at what point does the circlet on my head overload?
Roll
right
me.
now, there are a million questions echoing in his head in just like a cacophony.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Can it be a wisdom saving throw? I don't want this to be easy for me.
Well, we can make it
wisdom.
wisdom.
Makes more sense.
And is he getting like deer in the headlights look at this point?
I mean, he's got his helmet on, so he's just kind of looking at you and like
he's looking in your direction, just like.
He's very hard to read when he has his helmet on. I'm getting my character sheet open so I can roll this reasonably.
We're professional D&D players, y'all.
No,
just saying.
Never say that about me again. How dare you say I am not a professional because I do this for the love of the game. I'm not here for any of that money shit. Nah, I love this.
What
game.
money? Where is the money in being a nerd?
I
At least
to
our
be a
level.
professional Dungeons and Dragons player. I just want to have fun. Let's see. So wisdom saving throw. This is great. It's a straight fucking roll. This dice, when it hits the deck, I get to see what it is immediately. This is gonna hurt. That's a 3.
Hey, yeah, there's a little bit of smoke or just rising out from your helmet there.
It's just dial-up sound. At a certain point, the cacophony becomes a white noise dial-up sound, and it is just the veins on my neck. Like even like you can still see some of it are like starting to get red and like pump, and I'm just like you can see the top of my helmet is starting to like smoke a little bit as I just reach up, pull my helmet off, set it on like hook it to like the side of me where I can set it on my horse, and the ring is like literally sizzling against my head as I just reach up, pick it up, pull it off my head, and just go.
Grandma holds her hand out. You want me to hold on to that for a bit for you, honey?
I don't think you want to handle it without gloves. I'm going to be honest.
I have grandma paws. I'll be fine.
Ellie, should I take some damage for that?
Let me look up something real quick.
And at this point, like when she says she has grandma hands, you know, like when your mom or your grandma like goes and like full on like basically puts their hand in the pan. Yeah, that she's like, that's fine.
Just bare
I've dropped
picks up the skillet.
I pulled a casserole out of the oven without any things before. It's fine. Just hand it to me.
I do that as a cook. I've worked as a cook long enough. What do you want? What do you say, Helen?
Take a D8 fire damage.
Ooh, I get to use a D8.
Awesome. Hi, Max.
Hey, I maxed it out. That's nice. I'm having fun.
You got into the nice crisp ring around your head.
Dude, that is a permanent burn scar, Helly. And I'm I imagine it's the runes from it too, like on the inside of the circlet are burned into my forehead. So now I have this really sick, smelling like hair burn
scar.
It also burned the bottom of my hair a little bit, so I'm gonna have to cut that. I'm gonna have to give myself an undercut now.
Yep, Max showed up and a Max roll came out. Makes perfect sense.
It hurts so much.
Okay. Hand it to me. Come on, I'll put it in my bag and you can have it back.
I hand it to you.
Grandma just puts it in her bag. Now, honey,
you
can ask me questions.
Pick up my helmet and sets it on his head and says,
well,
it just says, Slayer is not available right now. Please.
DSA, for your quick handling of that very hot crown of detect thoughts, please take a D4 minus 2 damage.
-2.
We'll see.
Yeah,
So,
D4
wait.
minus 2.
at most you're gonna take 2 damage. There's 2 chances.
Well, I
for
got a 1, so no
You
damage.
take no damage. Congratulations.
you got grandma mitts.
I got grandma paws.
It also wasn't glowing red anymore at that point, bro.
That's why it was a -2. It was still warm, but it wasn't burn.
And I put my helmet back on, and I'm just like spaced out, like head empty, no thoughts.
Okay,
Also,
I know.
Max, this party started out with 3 rogues and a paladin.
Yep. Guess what happened to one of those rogues?
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm a fighter now.
Girl goes, now, while you may not want to ask questions now, that's okay. I am an open book. I have got in trouble for being too much of an open book, so that's why I'm holding back knowledge. But when you're ready, I'll answer any question you got, honey. Okay? Okay.
He just nods, head empty, no thoughts.
Well, Max, that rogue changed to a fighter because the rogue essentially died.
He did die. The only reason why he's not dead right now is because you wanted to give me the chance to keep him as a character.
Yes. Because it was like 3 sessions in.
And we came up with a good way for him to still be engaged somewhat with the campaign, but for me to also get to play my fighter, and also he's not dead because, God, that hurt so much.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to tell you a happy story? Will that help your brain, or you just want me to be quiet, honey?
Cue dial-up noises.
He's just sitting there. He's like, "Do you have any burn cream?"
Grandma looks through her bag. I do not, but I got this like jelly stuff that helps sometimes. It's like Neosporin type deal. I don't know if it will help, but you can try.
I mean, Max,
I
will.
I refuse to wake Belladonna up.
Yeah, no, we're not waking up the child.
Oh, real quick, not to interrupt.
Essence, can I just, and I just like reach my hand across and like tap the cardboard. Helly, I'm gonna use 8 of her.
That's fine. You'll like to get a long rest in traveling here
get a
anyway.
Long rest, and that's the only reason why I'm doing it. But it's so funny that we just reach over and tap the cardboard and get a little health back. And it just,
Wait, you know what? You know what? Let me roll for Daily real quick. High or low?
High. Let's do high.
It was a 6, so she refuses.
Oh fuck. Well, okay.
And Max, as I was about to say, after this campaign is done, I am planning on later doing Icewind Dale, and more the merrier, because fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm trying to decide which of my characters to do for that, because the Artificer is such a good idea.
All right. And reeling back in a little bit, because y'all got a little bit just distracted. So there is going to point out that there are 2 doors labeled on that map.
I'm just gonna grab the map out of whoever's hands it's in and just like look at it, flip it, look at it again. There's that's a tunnel, isn't it?
Secret tunnel.
Oh man. We could secret tunnel them. Secret tunneling is always a powerful move against goblins because they never see it coming.
But is it just goblins? Because with the Red Brands, they talked about the not the Black Widow, the
Black Spider.
Thank you.
I look at the map. The Black Spider. Oh fuck, Black Spider guy.
He may not be here, but like he also may be here. Because there has been talks of him in a castle. I just don't know what way that castle is.
Max, Daly is not here. That was a DSA singing Secret Tunnel.
It was. Hi, I'm DSA. Nice to meet you.
I'm going to spend the next like few hours just looking this map over and trying to figure out what all of these different weird little markings could mean.
I will be more than happy to answer them for you, because again, this is a very goblin drawn map.
I'm also trying to give us enough time for Bella to have taken her nap so that she can then join us.
that's fair. We'll give her another hour or two of napping.
I'm just gonna turn to ground and be like, you know what? Let's wait until Bella wakes up and this burn stops hurting so much.
Okay, but because you know how bad my memory is. What if I just walk in there, that front door? I'll just walk straight in because I'm wanted. Technically, so is Nessa in Essence,
Yeah,
but
you're wanted dead.
Yes, but if I come alone, then they're gonna know. Well, crap, there are probably others around. And so they'll interrogate me, and I may be able to get more information for you. I haven't been in a good interrogation in a long time. I miss it.
How about this? When we catch Black Spider, you get to run the interrogation. I will just be your hands.
No, I've done that. That's the easy part. I mean, me getting interrogated. That was fun.
He just turns to you again. Just turns his head slowly.
And Grandma has this big grin on her face.
You can hear the metal creak as he turns. Just
the runes that are burned into your head just start burning a little bit more.
He just goes. Oh, okay.
Okay, keep
he
him.
Just turns back to he just puts his hand up and goes. Okay.
When you're a spy and you get kidnapped, they interrogate you. And it's so much fun to mess with their brain.
I am learning so much about you, Grandma.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're warming up and you're getting to know people in our group, because you are most lacked in this group. I would even say some, and Grandma looks at looks at Bella. I think some of them even love you. Now, you may not want to hear that, but just saying.
Goblin Slayer is not going to speak for the next 8 hours.
So they're going to say, both of you to assume that they want to interrogate you and not just kill you straight up.
I mean, then where would they find out that you guys are?
They only want you dead. They'll figure out the rest of us later. That's how they work.
Goblins died at one point.
No, actually not. I'm going to mute myself. Fuck this.
Yep. Hey, goblins, very renowned for their mental fortitude, certainly would have the forethought to ask questions first and shoot later.
I mean, it also depends on what the leader is told, and we don't know all that. But I guess it's fair. But don't forget, I do speak the goblin.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's going to get very far when they're loading you full of arrows.
That's also really fun. Have you been loaded full of just arrows being shot at you? It's fun. Not when you get hit by all of them, but it's fun to avoid them. Anyway, I get your point.
See, I didn't have the option of dodging them when I was chained to a pole waiting a week for you guys to come help me.
It's not my fault that y'all asked us to come at a certain time. I was following what was in our contract, and we didn't have to save you technically. You're welcome, good sir. Anyway, but you got a fair point. Just an idea. Grandma leans over to the plywood. I think I broke him. Looking at Goblin Slayer. I think I broke him just a little bit more than normal. I'm trying to work on that. I really am. Nessa's just sitting there driving the car. Fine, if you don't want to talk to me about it, I get it. Yeah.
He's just like absent-mindedly staring at the map and holding the reins to the horse and just like zoned out. He's not even hearing you right now.
All right.
He has no perception. His perception roll is a natural 1 right now. Every time. He doesn't know shit. He's not there. for the next like 8-ish hours, just long.
I'd say
enough
about
Bella
4
wakes up.
hours is when Bella would wake up because it's a short nap, but it gets what she needs out of it.
Does this
Unless
mean
you
I
want-
no longer have a... Do I still have
Yes.
the point of exhaustion?
Your point of exhaustion would be removed at this point. If you have any spell slots that are down, which I don't think you do, you have not regained those yet, unless you want to continue sleeping for the 8 hours.
I will wait until you wake up. I am shut down.
Wake me up before
Also,
you
Max,
go.
what's the old campaign you're thinking of?
I would like my spell slots back, so Bella
Okay.
will stay asleep.
Time more 8 hours ahead. We're at this point at this point about 7, because you guys have been chatting for a while with X just being broken.
I like to imagine Grandma is doing like the thing where someone starts going crazy because they're all alone for a while, and so they start talking to like a potted plant that they would put a face on it, but with the cardboard cutouts. Like she's talking to them like they're friends, but they're not saying anything that anyone.
She's
else
trying.
can hear.
She's trying to play I Spy with cardboard daily.
In essence, I spy with my little eye something purple. No. Try again. Nope. There you go, Essence. You got it. Your turn.
ETA is 5 minutes on the daily.
Something green. Let me see. And then Grandma just fully having that own conversation herself.
Just
and sometimes
I
she'll
Spy, and then every so often she'll be like, let's see what kind of shapes we find in the clouds.
Well, also at some point she's also like, Kaden, what did you say? Oh, no. And then turns back. And she'll do that every once in a while. So like she'll say Kaden, who is her husband, ex-husband, Blackwell and Alita, which are Essence parents. And she's looking at that blank spot when she does it. But it's like very short, and then like she moves on very quickly after.
I mean, Max, if you want to attempt to do an 1812 overtures of Bard and Icewind Dale, we can work it out.
I'm an artificer.
Yeah, we can figure something out with that.
We can do that. I'm in with that. Dude, the idea of a pirate ship as like a stage for the 1812 overture, and then they fire the cannons off and you feel the cannons underneath you when it fires? Are you kidding?
Well, again, Icewind Dale doesn't really have any areas for ships. But again, we'll figure something out.
We can have like a ship in the ice, like up in like a huge ice spire or something, in a place that makes no sense.
Yeah, again, we'll figure we'll make it work somehow, just for the pure shits of it.
But yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So...
I totally got sidetracked by that, and now I have no idea where I am.
Well, I was gonna say, 7 hours later, Bella starts to yawn awake.
Good morning, sunshine.
We're in the early afternoon.
I did do no such thing. That was
him,
and Grandma points at.
And he goes, "Wait, what's going on?"
She does directly accuse Slayer of tricking her.
Well, Grandma is not looking behind her.
Oh, your nap's done. And
Bella's
no, I
just
did
gonna,
not trick
like,
you. I listened to you the entire time.
Bella's just gonna push on his shoulder like a brat.
Are you leaning over the cart trying to push his shoulder?
Did you at least listen to what I was saying?
Yeah, you figured out how to power the asphodel and add it into the serum to make a thicker tincture.
Okay.
That was the last thing you were telling me about.
I don't think all of what I was saying was what I meant to say.
Probably not. You were exhausted.
It was fun, though. Can I play with Matthias again sometime?
Next time, we're going to give it a couple days afterwards before we do another mission, okay?
Okay.
At least then you'll get some sleep after. We'll work it out. But you have to sleep immediately after I pick you up next time.
Okay. You promise you'll pick me up?
Of course I'll pick you up.
Yay.
And Slayer, by the way, I'm sorry. I should have communicated. Matthias
looks
has
at
a
you.
great heart, right? But sometimes he forgets that children need sleep. And
Honestly,
it's not
I
always the
should've
most
known.
responsible.
Honestly, looking back on it, I all of the signs were there that was how that was gonna go. I
still should have
I-
communicated that. So
To
I'm
be
sorry.
fair,
I appreciate at the very least the
I-
apology and the sentiment.
I don't think he knew I was an elf.
Honey, it
So
doesn't matter if you're
probably
an elf
thought
or
I
not.
was-
You need
Wait.
to sleep.
Wait, you're an elf?
Yes, honey.
You only need a few hours of sleep. Helly, it's not 8 hours later.
It's
Ow.
4.
4
This is
hours later.
4 hours later. So
Sorry,
this is
I can't
way
remember
sooner.
everybody.
Okay.
I can't remember everybody's races and feats.
That's okay. That's why
That's why I was like, why does she need 8 hours? But I'm like, I'm a noob, so I probably don't know what I'm
So
talking
this is
about.
4 hours later. This is
So
like, they
I
just
was right with my
spot.
initial junction of 4 hours in the future.
Yeah,
I was just
always forget
gaslighting
that
by
elves
myself.
only sleep 4 hours. Well, I think he assumed that I was an adult and could self-regulate.
Well, honey, it's not just that. He thinks that about everybody. I could hand him an infant, and he would be like, oh, here, set him down, and then talk about everything. I've had to stop that a couple times, mainly with toddlers. But, yeah, when we first got into that town, he thought it would be a good idea to take this one, and she points to Essence, into where the Red Brands hang out, and allow her to walk right in. So... yeah,
Oh.
same building.
Oh.
Ironic. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
That's why y'all got such a good deal on it.
This would have been great to know, and I'm going to try very hard not to be upset that I didn't know it. But honestly, you had a good time. Nobody got hurt.
And I will work on
And
my
next
communication
time,
skills.
We will allow room for a proper nap, so at the very least, you're not exhausted. Cool. Fantastic. And he's just kind of like, he goes back to looking at the map and says, I think I figured out a bunch of this map. So these scratchy marks, and he points to those really thick black areas, I think those are where the castle's collapsed. And there may be openings here. This right here is the front doors, and he motions to the thing on the left. And you can see there's a path there and, like, stairways. So, like, you walk upstairs to get into the front doors. And then there's another path on the side. I don't know if that's either a secret tunnel or just an entrance in, but it looks like there's stairs there. So I think that means that it's a secret, kind of a halfway secret tunnel that opens up on near this turret. Now these big round turrets, they probably would have built those with the round surfaces all the way to the ground, which means there's probably a decent amount of this space that we could at least guess at the shape of it.
Well,
As
you
he's, like,
didn't
laying
like
out,
my
he's like-
idea to just walk through the front, so we probably should go around the side.
I think that if you and Essence can very sneakily move around, you can peek in the holes where the castle has collapsed and get some more information, or peek in, so they probably have some sort of windows on the upper floors, because castles like this usually like to do that.
Yeah.
This might be more of a manor castle than a fully fortified position, which would be beneficial to us, because then we're not fighting truly gated areas. It's more like castle on the outside, manor house on the inside.
Also, for the sake of chat, this is the map they're looking at that I had very crudely drawn together.
It's a good map, Helly. It's exactly what I expect from goblins.
I draw like a goblin. What can I say?
I'm very proud of you. You should draw all of your maps like this, because this is exactly how I want to see my maps. Just
Honestly, I was
going to
say that's exactly what I expected a heli map to look like.
I expected a heli map to be him using the shapes tools.
I thought about using the shape tools, but that's not goblin.
Yeah, no. So this is way
That
better.
is true.
One of these days
That
he'll
is
learn
true.
that he can make a layer with the shapes tools and then shakily trace around it with his goblin hand.
That is true. Helly is too anal retentive not to use a shape tool if he's doing it for himself.
If he was doing if he were to bust out an actual map that he made specifically for this campaign, it would be 90% shapes tools and the rest would be photo manipulation, like Photoshop style, where he's like pulling textures from things and adding it in.
Well, to be fair, this image was drawn. The way I made this is that I had that paper overlaid the actual map, and then I just
you this paper.
Actually, I just found that paper online again.
What? You don't have the collection of papers I had?
I probably knew some. I probably knew somewhere. I didn't feel like digging for them.
That's fair. You would have to dig pretty deep, probably.
But again, this was just.
If you ever need paper assets, let me know, bro. I have so many assets.
And his ass is just one of them. But sorry, I had to.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, hi, Ivana. I love you.
This is the map of that Sadir handed them that they ripped out of the hands of a goblin that he kicked the shit out of.
So I'm looking at it, and so there's that big gap up on the top, which is probably not north, because goblins are probably just making this as map so it looks about right. I don't understand why the goblin didn't do any interior mapping. Maybe he never finished the map. Oh, he probably never finished it. Goblins don't always finish their projects, but yeah, no, there's a hole here on the top left, a hole down near the middle into that turret, and then there's two holes right next to each other over there. And there's probably windows on higher floors, if there are any higher floors. So you guys could peek in those spaces, get us an idea of at least what the rooms that you're peeking into look like, and then we can figure out the rest kind of by ear as we go, because we can get a good idea of where most of it is, at least where all the doors are. Most of the doors.
Oh! And Grandma starts digging through her bag and pulls out one of the red coats. I still have this. I don't know if it's helpful.
Where did you... Oh, right. You guys also fought them. I kind of forgot that.
Yeah.
That would be useful. You could actually probably bluff your way in with that.
I only got one. And Grandma kind of gets a whiff of it. I was like, I should have washed it. And she's gonna just kind of like hang it off the side of the front part of like the cart where like her knees would be, just to like kind of get it away from her face.
It's got like big old brown splotches in it that are like crusty blood.
Yeah.
And it's like smells like rotten.
Sometimes I forget what's in my bag. Like when we get back to the dojo, she looks over to Essence. Remind me to clean out my bag. Because I didn't even I remember I put the pickle juice in there and then I forgot it was pickle juice. And that's where we put the brains. So remind me to go through all my stuff. And I feel like Essence is nodding, okay. And she's going to forget too. And so they're both going to get back. And I have no idea that Grandma needs to empty her bag.
Send you a letter and it's going to be like, hey, have you gone through your bag yet? I was actually really curious to figure out what you guys what you had in there.
And I also lost this. Do you have that by chance?
You still have my shield?
Yes, Grandma fully put Margaritaville into her bag.
But leans over to Bella and he's just like, I'm like still on the horse, but I'm like, I kind of gesture for Bella to get right up against the edge of the cart and kind of like lean over with the horse with the map and like hand it over to her. I'm like, and start pointing to different spots. I'm like, see, there's probably a hole there. So if we sneak around, there's probably in this front area, and he kind of like motions towards where the main door is. That's probably a full entry hall, so we could probably put a big square there and just call it good. Really, we do. Kind of turns over to. Actually, kind of stops. Actually, Bella, do you have anything that can like find traps or magic or anything? You do magic stuff, right?
That type of magic. My magic is really for mostly keeping you alive.
Honestly, that's fair.
I can. Let me reread this.
Hi, Nessa.
Hi, Nessa.
Oh, I don't have guidance. Never mind. I can't do that.
Hey, Nessa, you have a shield.
I mean, the only thing I can really think of that might help is I can bless I can pray the goddess for a blessing for all of us, but that wouldn't help with traps. That would mostly help like
Would
Oh,
it
good,
help them
Daily.
disable the traps?
it would help your reaction time to anything the trap set off, and it would help against your ability to hit like an enemy, so you might have better aim or like a stronger hit, but that's about it. I am legitimately trying to think about how I word attack rolls and saving throws.
I'm
As a
loving it.
as a
I
player rather than a
I
character.
specifically put you through this, and I'm so sorry, but also that was amazing.
It makes you a better player.
Also, total side note, I just remembered I have uncanny dodge, and I could have done that with the dragon.
It does make me a better player, Helly, but I wasn't entirely sure if I was getting the point across.
You got it across. All right. So only when you hit things and when things are gonna hit you, basically.
Yeah. There's
Does it help with like poison and stuff too?
Yes, it would help with poison, and I also can just cure poison.
Okay,
Um,
there we go.
Good. Is
Have
that how you cured my hangover?
yes, that's
No,
what,
wait. I forgot the sheet. Oh, sorry. I forgot.
Yes.
I forgot that
That
I was
is
not the
how-
one who cured your hangover.
that is how I
I
cured your
believe in you,
hangover.
Max.
There is another spell. That I have heard about, and it's but I wouldn't be able to learn. How often do clerics change their spells?
Long
Once per
would
long
change
rest.
it. Actually, it's when
Huh.
you have to pray for a little bit, but yes, it's once per long rest you can change it, but as long as it's when you pray. So you could probably be like, I just need to pray for an hour.
Which
I-
you could probably do on this trip.
Yeah.
I would have to pray with the goddess to see if she would grant me the knowledge. But I remember one of the elders in my village talking about a spell that would possibly help with traps. It would give the goddesses insight to any action that you tried to take, is how it was explained to me.
What's the spell?
Guidance.
Thank you.
Guidance is another one of those, like, when you use it, it's a really good fucking spell. Both guidance
Ooh.
and bless are two
Guidance
very
would be
strong spells.
really useful in this because it's any ability check.
Yes.
Cool.
Should
Goblin Slayer kind of taps the side of his helmet for a second and looks down at the ground and goes, "That could be really useful."
I don't know. I just know that I can make my sword deal radiant. I
Your
feel
sword
like
turns
sun
into
damage.
a beam of light
So
and hits
cool.
them like a train. I still don't understand how
It's
you
so
do that.
cool. I don't know.
Shut-
It's something to do with a holy blessing. That's all I know.
I want you to know I really didn't want to have to say this, but it's very badass.
Shall I pray?
Badass. Thank you.
Shall I pray to my goddess to see if she'll grant it to me?
I mean, sure.
Do it.
We can give you an hour. I gotta catch up this one a little bit. They seem
I just
to
have
have
to
been
figure
zoning
out what
for a
level
bit.
this spell
I
is.
was
know she was
communing with
zoning.
the heavens.
Well,
And
I'm
whatever
just saying,
deity
while you were
existed.
communicating
God's
with the
made my
heavens,
path
it's
there.
not nice to ignore us when we're playing I Spy. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
Communicating with the weapons. I saw you eat those mushrooms.
What mushrooms did you eat? And Grandma like slaps your arm.
Mushrooms. I only ate mushrooms that Goblin Slayer gave to me. Okay, so if they were
And Grandma takes
if
her
they were
cane
trippy
and smacks
mushrooms,
Goblin
it's
Slayer.
Goblin Slayer.
What mushrooms did you give her?
And
Wait,
then
what mushrooms
and
did I
there's
give you?
essence coming back from being cardboard.
Hey, I totally didn't read all of the cantrips I have. I already have guidance.
Oh, nice.
I forgot it wasn't a leveled spell. That's what makes it OP.
Yes.
Wait, Ivana's getting good internet.
It only works
soon.
once, by the way. Guidance only works once, by the way.
Exciting.
You have to recast it every time they use it.
Yes. It only works once, and I can only do one person at a time. It is a concentration spell, but it is a cantrip, so I can cast it over and over again.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes, I just was convinced because guidance is another very, very strong spell. I thought it was a leveled spell like Bless.
You convinced yourself that it was in the same realm as Good Berry being only one berry.
It's okay. Reading the spells are helpful. You're learning.
Okay, to be fair, everything I said about guidance was purely based off memory. I did not have this spell. I did not have the spell like pulled up to look at it.
You were actually.
It's impressive how much you knew by memory, though.
I play mainly spellcasters, and guidance is, if I have access to it, it's always on my list.
I can't wait to play a spell.
I also play mostly casters, but I have none of the spells memorized.
I mostly play rogue.
This is my second character ever, so
yeah,
I played. My very first character ever was a sorcerer.
So real quick, do we want to catch up the no longer planks of wood as to what's going on?
They made me take a nap.
I tricked her into taking a nap the way that you trick any 5-year-old into taking a nap. Which is just say, okay, I just need you to lay down. You can still talk to me. I'm still listening. Just lay down for a bit, and eventually you will feel better. But I feel fine. I don't care if you feel fine. You're not going to later. This is going to help with the problem later. Okay, I'll lay down, I guess, but you still have to listen to me. I'm listening. I am listening.
Grandma was playing I Spy with both of y'all, and then talking to the empty part of the cart. Sometimes random names, sometimes her ex-husband or Essence parents' names randomly come up, and she has like a small conversation and moves on.
No one has commented on that, by the way. It's just like Goblin Slayer going, "Oh, she's crazy now." Actually, no,
you were still zoning out.
There.
Wait, what? She was
Goblin
always
Goblin
crazy.
Slayer zoned out because
she's crazy
realized...
now. She was always crazy. She's crazy old Nan.
Yeah, so here's what happened.
That's why we love her.
In order of events, Goblin Slayer convinced Bella to take a nap, and by convinced I mean tricked. Goblin Slayer and Grandma and Sildor kind of talked a little bit about the map, and then Goblin Slayer had a moment where he learned more about Grandma than he ever wanted to know, and had a full fucking meltdown. Silent.
He decided to ask questions and found out. He's like, you seeing dead people?
Off, and by the way, he's no longer wearing his band because it gave him 3rd-degree burns in a pattern around his head now that's never coming off.
And it's in Grandma's purse now.
It's now in Grandma's purse.
I was trying to listen to it when I was on my way here, and all I remember hearing was you guys talking about Matthias and the Red Brands and me in the building.
Oh yeah, that was Grandma saying she should have warned me about...
Yeah. That's Grandma taking responsibility.
The reason why Bella was forced to take a nap was because instead of taking a long rest last night, like everyone else, they left her alone with Matthias because they were experimenting with herbs and potions and shit. You know, Bella's got her healing side, Matthias just likes poison. They cross again a lot. There was a lot of hyperfixation, and neither of us went to sleep until
never
until you got tricked to going to sleep.
Slayer woke up in the end and went, "Fuck, where's Bella?"
And then got her.
Did no one go get her? Only for him to go back to Matthias to find her, to walk in with multiple cauldrons set up, multiple paper stuck to the wall with like red string crisp. Mad lab scientist, this person's crazy. Connection. Like, think this person is nuts making connections they shouldn't make.
Always Sunny Charlie Wall.
Yeah.
It's like watching Willy Wonka work on chocolate. It's none of it makes sense, but all of it is in perfect sync.
And if you want to hear that conversation, go to Gamer's YouTube channel because he posts all of these there.
Yes.
And then if I remember correctly, he gave Essence some poison.
Please subscribe to the companion YouTube channel.
So then after that conversation, Goblin Slayer took off his headband and zoned out until Bella woke up. And then Bella woke up and they talked a little bit, and he pointed out some things about the map a couple times because he tends to do that. And now we have a map and we're trying to think of a plan.
And what really blew his mind is finding out Grandma was a spy. She used to kill people. People tried killing her, torture, all that jazz. And then, he did not realize all of Grand's past.
He didn't realize that Grandma had a torture kink, okay?
And all of this while I zoned out
right now and saying that she insinuated that she had a torture kink, and it broke him to the core.
Wait, no, but
now I know why Nessa zoned out. Now I know why Nessa zoned out.
But Nessa, if you want to relive those experiences, you can go to the YouTube channel and watch episode 20.
That's why Nessa popped one of the mushrooms that Matthias gave her. Matthias.
Wait, was it Matthias? I thought it was Goblin Slayer who got the mushrooms. I don't remember visiting Matthias.
No, Goblin Slayer gave her the mushrooms to give to Matthias, and she never did.
She ate them instead.
Ivana did.
Ivana is the one who slipped the mushroom into my bag. That's what happened.
Oh, yep, that makes sense now.
That's Ivana.
You zoned out for 4 hours. You were knocking on the sky, and
it's canon.
I mean, it's already canon, even though it's not character knowledge; it's meta knowledge. But it's already canon.
Goblin Slayer's like, you didn't.
Nessa's patron deity is Dionysus, and that's exactly something that Dionysus would probably encourage.
I love the idea of Dionysus putting the mushrooms in you through Ivana. Ivana is the avatar of Dionysus in your life.
He's like, hey, little fairy.
Well, it makes sense. Dionysus totally would spend time in the Feywild.
He lives in the Feywild.
And he totally would have. He would live in the Feywild, and he would totally have a bunch of fairy friends.
I feel like he sees Ivana like getting stuck in her. He's like, hey. Look,
Ivana
you have to stay here a bit and mess with her for a little bit for me until she realizes, and then I'll send you back. And she's like, "Okay."
What happened is Ivana got drunk in the Feywild,
and Dionysus
stumbled across Dionysus.
Dionysus got out and convinced her to come to the mortal plane to be his avatar. She doesn't remember any of it, but just sometimes
the whole time.
But sometimes just gets taken over, or gets just messages from Dionysus just to do this.
Oh yeah,
that's why she keeps trying to drink my alcohol.
It's good stuff. Even though it strips the paint off of her eyelashes, it's still good stuff.
It strips the paint off of her.
You are a minion of Dionysus.
It strips her paint hard. She changes colors and everything.
Also, Dayway, do you like my goblin map?
It's a very good goblin map. So
is that a map drawn by a goblin?
Yes. That is the map that Sadir got from the goblin.
That's why it's not. We had this discussion. It's why he didn't use the shape tool.
Did you draw this in paint?
I didn't. I essentially drew it in paint. I used Photoshop so I could opacitate things.
I'm so proud of you for using Photoshop. That is so.
I free-handed it in Photoshop.
This man will become an artist yet.
We believe
it's never too late.
He has so much promise. It's such a good goblin map.
I
So what do you do? I create goblin art.
I create maps for goblins.
Helly, I would pay for goblin art.
You're a goblin artist.
Rush and you just draw what you imagine goblins would draw. I'm in.
God.
That's what your goober needs to be. Your goober needs to be a goblin.
Yep.
The next
So technically, your
romance book
icon
Grandma
right now is
reads
already
has
a goober.
goblin art on the front of it.
Goblin art for your home.
I mean, I could definitely, if I ever got around to it, I could definitely add goblin art to the intermission slideshows.
I know, right? That would be fun. I'd get a print of that. I'm not even kidding. I would totally get a print of it, especially if you did like the color thing and then I'd cut it out so it just looks like it's on leather or something. Like we just get a good leather pattern for it, and it's just on a cowhide or something.
Gosh.
Put it on my wall, print it on vinyl or something.
Okay, maybe we should get back on track because
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
funny.
back on track.
We won't get back on
We
track.
are having fun here,
Reel
right?
it in.
Reeling it
You guys are
back
letting
in
me
here.
eat, it's okay.
So basically, long story short, the really big black bits that are scribbly are probably places where the castle collapsed. There's the door on the side that we think is a secret tunnel because there's stairs there.
Tunnel.
There's the front door, which we are not going through because that's the most obvious way to get killed by goblins.
And Grandma's disappointed, but she's like, okay.
So the whole idea is that we're going to try and figure out what as much of the interior of this castle as we can and what's in there before we engage with it. And we do not go into rooms that we don't know what's in there without checking first somehow.
What we can do is invisibility.
Oh, right. You have that.
And I
That
got them.
will work on goblins. Might not work
We
on a
have
dragon.
Two stealth. Two stealth
And-
people.
I can ask the goddess to bless one of us. Who should I ask for the goddess's guidance?
Grandma at the very least.
What?
Okay.
Me?
Also, you told me earlier that I just remembered that I have a shield. So did
Yeah.
you just thrust the shield into my hands? Is
No,
that
you
what
have one
happened,
on.
basically?
You've
No,
had one on
a
your
shield for a
back
while.
for like 3 weeks.
At 2 sessions. 2 sessions ago, I gave you a shield and you're like, oh yeah, I'll try this out. And then you forgot.
No,
Yeah,
she's
you're
had a
right.
shield.
We had
No,
this
X.
conversation
Correction.
before, too.
She's had a shield since you guys found the Margaritaville shield.
Oh yeah, as soon as this
Oh, yeah, 'cause you
Margaritaville
gave me your
shield
old
came,
one.
I gave you my
Yes,
old one.
and you
because I
just
wanted you to
keep
have it.
neglecting to put it in your
You
inventory.
keep
so it's
neglecting
literally
to
just
use
been
it.
Every
on
time
your
you finish a
back.
chapter,
I'm
Yeah.
adding it right
Working
now.
on it.
I'm adding shield right now.
I'm going to remind
been
you
at
have a
least 5
shield every
sessions.
single time.
It was getting to
That's
the point where I was
what
going to go.
We
That's on my
been. We
They-
have
Character
been
sheet.
reminding her she has a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
remind you
It's
every
on my
time.
character sheet now. It's on my
Anyway,
character sheet.
I've been getting to a point where if you were to take a blow to the back, it would give you +2 AC because that's where
Literally
your
just
shield
so it could
is.
be worth something.
Not gonna protect you from a front attack, but if you get someone hits you in the back of the head,
You can still use your sword with your shield if you two-hand it if you want to. Just remember it removes the shield bonus when you do that. So think that through.
Well, it just means
before
the
you
shield's on my
two-hand
arm
something.
rather than in my hand.
But
Yeah.
if you're going to two-hand something, you better be ready to straight up kill it.
Well, the thing that's why I two-hand thing, because if I'm two-handing it, I get the dueling bonus.
But the shield
Now-
is for if you're in a target-rich environment of smaller creatures, you have better AC and you can fight them off safer.
Now, by the way, I also, while we may do invisibility and the bless and everything, I still have the connection. I only can connect 5 of us though, so we
That's
need to figure
All
that
of
out too.
us. That's all
No.
of us.
No, because we got this man over here.
I look over at
Okay.
Silver. Do you want her in your head?
based
You
on
just look at
her
me.
talking to Thin Air earlier, I'll pass.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So all of us then.
Why is he here anyway? I don't even
He's
remember
here to
why
help
he's
us
here.
get Gundren back. That's literally
Remember,
his job
Ed
and
was
my
the
job.
guy-
Gundren is who
Okay, so-
again?
So Daily, I'll give you the quick rundown because it's only been like a month in game time.
It hasn't even been a month. It's been 3 weeks.
Yes. So
no. This is also Ness asking, and
yes. Again, I'm telling you this because it's only been 3 weeks, so you should remember this. You guys rescued Saldir from the Goblin Cave over here a while back.
Oh, so Gundren's the one who hired us. Okay, I got it.
Yes. He's going with you guys to go about and rescue Gundren.
To save our original employer.
Yes. And he's also the one who got the map to lead you here.
He's been waiting for us to come back to actually do this. We've completely
So
forgotten.
there's the guy we
realized
rescued.
I got new
so
old
there's not the guy
spells
who
that
hired
I
us.
completely forgot about.
So there is the guy you rescued, not hired. Gundren hired you.
Gundren hired you, and he's
Gundren hired us.
And that's why Grandma gives him
Kelly
attitude when he's like, well, you took long enough. And Grandma's like, it wasn't my job.
I'm technically hired by Gundren, but more hired by the guy at the Lion Shield Coaster who's like, hey, Gundren just went missing.
Yeah.
And Sildar is also missing. And then Sildar came back, and Sildar's like, hey, we really need him. He's like, okay, I'm coming.
I'm really starting to realize that a paladin spells are mostly just the oath spells that you always have prepared.
Yeah.
That's where this paladin spell casting is really nice, because you have these always prepared spells, plus these extra bonus spells.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The oath spells are the best part of paladins.
I just realized I have enhanced ability. I can give myself advantage on dexterity checks. I can be sneaky.
Daily, have you not read your spells until just now?
No, these are level 5. These are the level 5 ones I forgot to add. Okay. These are the new ones.
She's adding all the things she forgot to add to her sheet.
You've been level 5 for a hot minute now.
I forgot about oath spells, okay? I forgot oath spells were a thing.
I love you so much, Daily. We need to say you are so infuriating sometimes.
I need to go about and help her with need to go out and help her with her
every character sheet ever.
No, I got it. Got it now. It's fine.
I am making your next character sheet for you.
Yeah. Because somebody forgot to up her strength.
Character sheets. I have problems with updating character
No. You have problems with making it too, because X had to fix it because you messed up your strength.
It's okay.
We had to take time and fix it.
I'm confused.
We had to rebalance your sheet because your strength was not good for a melee class.
You were still balancing your character off of being a spellcaster. Because you forgot paladins are not spellcasters. Unfortunately, they are not spellcasters.
Just remember second episode, it was like taking like 5 minutes just to go through and make sure we all got all of ours right.
Yeah, because we saw that yours was where it was, and it was not just you.
Yeah, no, you asked me, why are you not doing why are you not doing like any damage? And I'm like, I don't know. Don't play paladins. I've only ever played one paladin before, and that was only for like 2 sessions, because he was the side character.
I'm just glad we figured.
I think his name was Maximus Stone.
Oh my god.
Pretty sure his name was Maximus Stone.
Maximus Stone.
He was the fiance to my rogue. That's why his character was relevant.
Smoke bomb coming in.
Back here. We are going to. We've been trying to like.
You guys have been low key planning for the travel here.
So I think. What is the final plan before we go any further? Like, what's our plan? Do we want to have the 2 rogues go in invisible with the rest of us ready on standby right behind them? Like, far enough behind that we don't get them in trouble, but close enough that we can quickly get to them. Or they can run towards us and we can run towards them, and we find in the middle. By the way, rogues, if you get caught, do not engage. Retreat to us and sound the alarm.
And Grandma looks at Essence. I guess they don't want us to have fun, honey. I'm sorry.
No, you can engage as soon as you get back to us. Like, have as much fun as you want. Just immediately run, because every time.
Exactly. We gotta run. That's not the fun part. But I will listen.
They'll
But I
shoot
will
arrows
tell
at
you, you are on thin line, sir, because you said we could fight a dragon, and I could get a dragon egg. Grandma,
thought
no.
we could.
So.
Oh wait, no, I do
will
have
trust
these
you.
listed on my character sheet. I just forgot about them.
The risk that we took was calculated, but unfortunately, I
The
was
calculations
very bad
were
at
wrong.
It was
The
miscalculated.
calculator was broken.
I had the wrong input
I-
values. I'm sorry.
I actually,
Then
I actually
multiply
have
rather
had
than
these
added.
on here the entire time.
What was that,
I
Dave?
now just double checked. I did actually have these on my spell list the entire time. I just forgot.
I love this
Essence
so
looks
much.
at Grandma
I'm
and
so
she's
sorry,
just
I'm
like,
so
I might play
bad.
tag with a few people.
I mean, that would work as long as they don't hit you and you get back to us.
I
Yeah,
have inflict wounds.
Dodge, because they're going to be shooting arrows at you, and run.
don't forget we have uncanny dodge now.
And
I may or may
disengage.
not have forgotten we had that, and I didn't know if you
I
remembered
love the
because
idea
I
of
forgot.
I forgot that I could just super dodge. Did you remember being able to do that? And Essence like, I can do that?
No. Essence is just like, I've known. I'm just never found in the first place.
Okay, well, you know
No
what?
one's ever had to
And
hit me.
some of us are old ladies, Missy, okay? And one day you're gonna be in my shoes and you're gonna be like, Gran, and Grandma like starts to like pray up to the sky. Gran, you were right. Being old sucks. So watch your tone, Missy. And then Grandma kind of like smiles at her. And then
Essence
I
just
just
kinda looks
wonder
at
if
Gran
it's
and
a
is like,
if
"I
it's
don't
a
think I'll
good
last that
idea.
long."
I just wonder if it's a good idea because I do have a spell that grants extra protection. If I maybe
What?
should cast one on Man or on Essence if they're gonna be running
What's the
in all
protection?
sneaky like. It's the Shield
Like,
of
is
Faith.
Oh, it's Shield of Faith.
So like, it
well, like,
we
the
should
stuff
do
gives
it.
them a
the
magical
stuff that-
shield. The
like
magic
when,
shield.
When Bella put a magic shield on you, you can do that?
Yeah,
Yes,
you can do that.
She's done it a couple of
Oh,
times.
wait, no. I didn't do it on Goblin Slayer. I cast that on Matthias before. That's
Yeah.
why.
Oh.
If you do
Yes,
it,
it's
do it for
Matthias.
Wait, that means
Essence
we have
because
two.
Bella. Yeah,
We have
do
two
that
people
on.
who can cast that. That would be
And it lasts roughly about 10 minutes. At least that's what I've experimented with. I don't know if I can make it last longer.
that.
If
Max,
Bella's
I don't got
still
any
cool
words
with-
on that one.
What's that?
Bella
Heather?
had mentioned earlier that she's gonna cast something on me already. So if she's still planning on doing that, then you do that on Essence, because that way, because she like even it out a bit. We'll be good. Okay.
Is it the same
Because-
spell though? Is it a magical shiny sparkly protection thing?
Yeah, it makes you gives you magical shiny armor for a little bit.
I thought she said
Okay,
she
so
was
it is
doing
the same
blessed
spell.
earlier.
Yeah. No,
So
she was
something-
saying,
no.
you were saying,
Mine-
Bella, you
mine-
were going to do
Mine
was it
makes
bless
a
or
shiny
guidance?
sparkly.
No, not you,
Armor
Nessa.
shield.
Bella.
Bella.
When you
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
I'm
gone,
talking about my
we had
spell.
talked about it.
Guidance, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So Bella goes over and
Guidance is for the stealth checks.
Uh,
Honestly, if one of you
yeah.
makes a stealth check, gets guidance, and the other one does a spell check and gets guidance, and
Wait,
we're
wait,
out
wait.
of time.
Are we
As
talking?
long
If we're
as you're
talking
within
about
the few seconds, you can get.
So-
if we're talking about
guidance.
being sneaky, I can enhance Essence's sneaky ability. I can do that. That's a
would
thing I can
go
do.
with no offense, Grandma. I would go with Grandma simply because if she gets found out, she gets her ass handed to her. If Essence found
true.
out, she's proven she can get out of a slippery situation.
Grandma folds on, flips you off. Just full
Hey,
on with
Nan,
her paw.
I can
flips
make
you
you
off, and she doesn't
sneakier,
care
though.
if
That's fair. I
Essence
deserve
sees.
that. That's fair.
I was
Man.
planning on casting guidance
Make you
on.
sneakier. It's cool.
I was planning on casting guidance on Gran. That will give her a D4 to any ability check of her choice. The only thing is, it is concentration up to a minute. I can only cast it on one person at a time, and as soon as you use it, it's gone. I have to cast the spell again.
So
But
you
it is a cantrip, so I can cast it as many times as needed.
Okay, so what if we? Okay, we give that
I can
to
only-
Grandma
I only
so
can
that she
cast
doesn't
mine
get mad at
twice.
us, and then you can give the other thing to Essence so that she's way too hard to find.
I don't
works
care
for me.
what
No, I
gets
can-
what. I'm just flipping you
And
off because
mine-
what you said. I took on a
said-
Mine was-
goddamn dragon.
Saldir's just looking at this party. Saldir's just looking at
What
this
the
party, just like,
fuck?
how do you guys do anything?
Well,
Goblin Slayer
keep in
turns and
mind,
says,
we're
"Sir,
like
I am talking to
group.
my party," and then turns to the party.
And Grandma looks to him and goes, now, originally, those two weren't in our group. Remember, we had the other guy who now owns a shop, and then us girls. And then they join on. So, like, we're still learning to be a
Wait,
party.
why does he run the?
With
I
you
can't
for
remember.
like
Did
a
he get
year
his-
now, Ned.
Was that the bugbear thing where he got his butt handed to him by a bugbear?
3 bugbears.
Yes, it was the-
specifically, yes.
Three
it was
bugbears.
Yes,
bugbears.
because this one points to
And-
Nessa decided while drunk it was a great idea to just run in full speed, and the rest of us were like, well, we
Okay,
can't
you
leave
know
her.
what?
No,
You
you don't
guys
get to
did
argue with me on
interrupt
that point.
The drinking contest. I wasn't
wasn't even talking about the drinking contest. I was talking about the aftermath. 2 different things.
We were fine.
Goblin
No,
Slayer
we
just
were
turns to
not.
Builder and
Matthias
says,
almost
"Actually, I don't know
died."
if I'm part of this party anymore. I don't think. I
Too
ever
bad,
was.
honey. You get to be a part of it.
I have
You're
no
stuck
idea.
Yeah,
with
no,
us. You
you're
don't
in
have to
too-
go
you're
on
in
every
too deep
adventure
now.
with us.
You're
but
in too
stuck
deep now,
with
Goblin
us.
Slayer.
Ah,
You're in too
shit.
deep.
Run while you can. Run while you can.
Goblin Slayer's drank with them. He's a part of the team.
I did.
Yes.
That was a lovely night.
It's
Oh,
Goblin
by
Slayer.
the
We had
way,
a
and
bonding
Grandma
moment.
holds the bottle
I
up.
held you in my
Got
arms.
it.
You got the bottle. Good.
Do. Here, you want me to keep it in my bag?
I'll take it. I
Okay.
want to keep it in my bag in case I need some later. And just sticks
Fair
it in
enough.
the
The
bag.
liquid
Remember that?
courage.
Now make sure this one points to Essence doesn't get to it, because last night, somebody tried getting into it. Luckily,
Essence just
me
whistles.
still drunk off my ass can still parent.
Oh wait, you were talking
Decently.
about alcohol. Okay, I was like, what's in the bottle? But they're worried about Essence getting it. It's alcohol.
It's
You don't
really
need to
dense
know.
alcohol. It's super strong. He just looks at Essence and just kind of shakes his head, and then just turns back to Grandma and just goes, "Okay,
Anyway,
will-
okay. So
I
back
will
to
do
our
my
back to our planning though. So I'm granting Essence the blessing of Cat's Grace, right? I'm making Essence super sneaky.
Daily, what level is that spell?
It's 2nd level. It's concentration up to an hour.
That's a 2nd level spell slot.
Yeah.
I think just bless on one of them will be enough because they are very sneaky, and these are goblins, ostensibly,
Essence
mostly
just-
goblins,
I just
and
wanna
they'll be
point out-
invisible.
Point out that Essence has a +10 to her
True,
spell
and I-
automatic.
It probably would be a good thing to
Plus
save
10
my
and
my 2nd level
advantage,
spell
and then
slot.
a D4. Yeah, save the 2nd level because advantage from being invisible, and then a +10 from their skills, if ostensibly for both of them because they're both really skilled. And
How are
then,
you getting a +10 to your stealth?
She would
I had
expertise,
a
right?
+4 for Dex. the
Okay, yeah, +4 for Dex.
proficiency,
I didn't know if you had a +4
And-
for Dex or not.
and I used my expertise on it.
Yeah.
She's-
With the expertise, it makes
she's-
sense. I just didn't know what your Dex modifier was.
That's
Ugh.
okay.
That's why I hate
Wait,
MMOs, Max.
Okay, I gotta make sure mine's right. Because I am
Do you have
What's your
expertise
Dex?
in it?
my Dex is a +3, proficiency +3, so 6 is what I have down as my stealth,
Yes, that
and I'm
fits.
proficient in it. Okay, cool.
The
You
only
have
reason why that Essence is
expertise.
so insane is because with
I
expertise,
don't remember
you
where I
have
find
hit
expertise
modifiers.
on.
That's something you pick at the very beginning of your class, or I think when you level up, you can.
At
change
level 1 and
It's
level
1 and
6.
6.
level 1 and level 6.
I don't
I
know
have
what I
mine
have
all
my
question.
expertise.
Have
I
we?
think you put your expertise.
We haven't
in
had a long
your
rest
toolkit.
since we cured the hangovers, right?
Your thieves
No.
Okay.
My thieves
Still up.
tools.
Theoretically, the only one who's
No.
had a long rest since then is Bella.
Did
And
you
it's
not
because
add
you
your
missed your long
expertise,
rest
Devin?
beforehand.
Yes.
What X?
What are you using for your character sheet?
The regular one.
Is it the PDF?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you put next to any of the skills an E
Lay
for
down.
expertise?
No.
Because so pick one of your skills or your thieves' tools, and you can use that with expertise, which means you add your proficiency bonus twice.
I'm gonna do that to stealth then, because
Okay, then you have a +9.
9.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Either way,
dueling
they're
is
very
specifically a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapon. The shield's
Yeah.
not a weapon.
Shield is
So
not a weapon.
regardless, I get dueling.
Yeah.
Regardless, I get dueling. Okay, cool.
So as long as you have a shield in one hand and you have a sword in the other, I'm also dueling. It is +2 damage. It's great. It's an extra 2 points of damage every time you hit something.
I thought it
God
was
knows I need it.
specifically. I thought it was specifically if you were doing it two-handed, but looks like it's not specifically two-handed.
No,
You just
that's
need to
that's
have
a
not
great
another
weapon
weapon.
master one, which is if
Go
you're
ahead.
wielding a two-handed weapon, but I don't know.
No.
And it does something
Yeah.
different. It does increase.
Oh yeah,
the
great
damage
weapon
level.
fighting.
Yeah. But anyways,
You roll 1 or 2 on damage
So
die.
final plan,
Or-
since we don't want to use that spell slot, we'll save it for if you need to smite someone or use a different second level spell, or even still use that for something else.
I mean, I can do minor healing to 3 people at once.
that would be really
using
useful if
the higher
3
level
people
spell.
are in a lot of pain. So yes, good idea.
So yeah, we'll keep that there because then I can do it twice.
That
'Cause that's
that
what
gives
I
us
have the
more
energy for.
versatility in this fight and more survivability, because this is going to be a long
Okay.
fight. This is an entire castle. There's going to be a lot of goblins in there.
Ooh,
I
are we
can feel
running
it.
Max
I can
in?
taste it.
Are we
I
adding
know
a
the
Are we adding
goblins.
a bard to our party?
For Icewind Dale, probably.
A
Cool.
bard? Ooh, I'm in.
I hope my character survives because I want to take Max's bard drinking with Nessa. That would be so fun.
I mean, to be fair, you've already shifted realities once there, Nessa.
I can't wait.
Wait, when did I shift realities?
When you went AFK for a time, in the Goblin Cave, and everybody wiped because they thought you were going to be there to fight.
And time
Yeah.
warp happened, yeah.
Yeah, and Grandma's eyes color
Dionysus.
changed and everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, Nance, a color change?
And if I remember
everything.
correctly, Matthias
everything-
was 1 inch taller.
Everything is slightly different than what you remembered it being because you shifted into a new reality. Everything was
You're
a
the only
hue
one
of
who
a different
survived
color.
this, too.
Thanks, Dionysus.
Yeah. Dionysus is keeping you alive by putting you in timelines where you don't die.
Yes.
Like my character was originally with purple hair. I now have brown.
Oh, I didn't realize that was part of the time.
Yeah, everything's a little bit different.
What-
Goblin
what-
Slayer's
I
wearing
forgot about
different
that.
armor than he would have been.
What are we waiting on, Max? What are you trying to piece together out of this chaos?
See, at this point, lots of other things have happened, and Nessa's gotten drunk a couple of times, and so she's forgotten that it's
She
even
forgot
ever
it
happened.
Everything
This is-
feels the
this
same
is just
now.
reality
It's
for her
okay.
now.
This is just where she lives. She radical
This is-
acceptance.
She
of
was
it.
always here.
Yes, that's her god. That's her. patron.
Dionysus. That is her paladin deity.
canonic. It is
It's
canon
the perfect paladin deity.
that
I
the
love you
Dionysus
so much.
is Nessa's patron. But Nessa
So,
doesn't know that
back onto the
Dionysus is her
campaign.
patron.
Back to the campaign. Let's take
Yep.
our long rest.
Yep. All right. So let's. Who's
Yeah.
divvying up watches?
I'll be
Essence will
first
take
watch.
first.
Goblin Slayer's going to use his his nature check to see what kind of mushrooms Nessa has in her pocket. Like he's gonna walk over and be like, "Can I look at those mushrooms? I want to make sure you're not hurting yourself."
I'm just gonna. This is just gonna hand you her bag.
You hand me, and he looks down at the bag,
So
looks
like,
at
knock
you,
yourself
looks
out.
at the bag,
Just make
looks
sure-
at you.
Make sure
Do you
though
want
that
me to go
the
through the bag and
berries
find the mushrooms so
stay
you're not digging through
in
her
the
bag?
bottle.
Wait, what?
Dig through my bag, it's fine. Just make sure the berries stay in the bottle, otherwise Ivana will eat all of them.
Grandma looks over at Goblin Slayer.
Like,
Do you want
literally
me
all
to
of
go
them.
through her bag because
It's
sometimes
fine,
women
man.
have
There's
things in their
nothing
bags. I'm more than happy to just find the
That-
mushrooms
the
and hand them
Goblin
to you.
Slayer is.
I've dug through her
They-
bag, unfortunately, one too many times.
You
But I will
don't
do it
through
again.
my bag.
Yes!
Roxy.
There is nothing in my
I got
bag
it.
that Goblin Slayer will find weird. I don't have anything weird in my bag other than those
Open-
mushrooms, and I
Goblin
still
Slayer
don't know where I
opens
got
the bag
them.
and starts going through it to find the mushrooms. He pulls out
And
a jar
literally,
of berries, another jar of different berries, sets him down,
This-
pulls out a what looks to be a sword hilt, and just shakes his head and puts it down.
Wait, did we decide what my holy symbol even is? I don't even remember what my holy symbol is.
I don't
It's
think
the
you've
symbol.
ever
You don't have
determined.
one.
One sec, let me find out what Dionysus' symbol is because it's out there.
Also, side note, I totally forgot that I have Psychic Bolster Nat, which allows me to. I have 6 dice that I can roll up to if I fail an
I'm so
ability,
glad we read our
skill
character
check, or
sheets.
tools.
Okay, I'm gonna post this in Lost Minds. This is Nessa's inventory right now.
Bailey, I hate to break it to you, but there's only a couple things that could be his symbol. That's a grapevine, ivy, a theatrical mask, or a literal dick.
Also,
Literal
dolphins.
dick! That's what Goblin Slayer finds in her bag.
Also,
One of
dolphins.
each.
Dionysus is connected to dolphins as well.
And a dolphin, yes.
I imagine it's just it's some sort of
I think
pendant.
that's hilarious.
He pulls out a
Wait.
little pendant that has a grapevine, an ivy, a little mask, and a little dick on it that you got from
No. It is specifically okay. So this holy symbol Vanessa has.
Oh no.
You
It's
you
a
can't
dick.
tell at first. You have to really look at it. But it's a dick that's wrapped in grapevines and ivy.
I love
Can I
it. With a
just
little
say-
mask on top.
The mask doesn't exist. It's literally just the dick with grapevines and ivy.
I told
So-
you didn't want to dig through her bag.
Can I just say,
So-
knowing what type of animal a dolphin is, Dionysus makes too much sense.
Yeah, it does. I know so much about dolphins, and it scans.
I just had to roll a d20 for psychic damage, and I'm disappointed with what I rolled.
Oh, so I'm taking
Wait,
psychic
wait,
damage, right?
wait.
No,
what was-
I'm taking
what
psychic
was-
damage.
Is it
I'm
command
gonna
D20?
Dicks.
I'm gonna roll a d20 to do a
I rolled a
check.
d20 for psychic damage and rolled a nat 1. I'm disappointed.
So I'm gonna roll a. Do you want me to do history or do you want me to do religion on this to see if I recognize this symbol?
It would be
Okay.
religion.
I want to explain the origins of this because she did not get it. She did not get it from she did not get it from Matthias. No,
No,
this is something
You're right.
she went to the church in her village as she was becoming part of the militia to receive a blessing, and that's kind of how she started on the path of the paladin. So this was gifted to her by the priestess of the church.
Who was
When
Dionysus
she received
in
her
disguise.
holy
Your
blessing.
town is freaky, and they never let you in on it yet. They haven't let you in on it yet.
See, now you know why I told you we need to let her
But
teach her out some things because she's not.
That's why the most common drinking song is that one. It is
He just
called to
looks
Dionysus
at the
because her
thing.
whole
Ellie, I
village
got an 18.
worships Dionysus.
Kelly, I got an 18. What do I know?
This is a very fucked up holy symbol to Dionysus.
I just
kinda
look
wanna
at
drop
this
it now.
holy symbol, look
Do
at
it.
you, and go, and just go,
Same.
like it. None of this conversation has happened in game. All of this has been out, so it's just me looking at the symbol, going, just looking up at you and say, honestly, this track's really hard. You should actually just wear this. And he just offers it to you.
I don't feel much of a reason wearing it, but
Just
Wear
sure,
the penis.
I guess.
It's good. Be proud of your god.
Wait, it's a penis.
Look, I get it. Your god is Dionysus. You're a little bit sketchy
Where
about
he
it.
still
but-
doesn't
This-
believe
this
us
is
when
new.
we tell her that.
This is new. This is new to me. This is all new to me. I just received a blessing from the church. That's all I know.
Yeah, this is a holy symbol of
Which
Dionysus.
actually technically, don't you need to have your holy symbol on you to be able to cast magic through it?
or painted on
It's
your
in the
shield.
It's in a bag, but that's not
it's on
dawned upon you.
I like to imagine that it is
If
working
it's in my
from
pocket,
her
it
bag,
counts.
but she doesn't have very
If
good
it's in my
control of
pocket,
it
it
yet.
counts.
So
I'm just
you
gonna
need to
make-
start
If it's
wearing
in
the
my pocket,
penis, accept your
Actually,
god,
Ellie-
and that's the combo.
Ellie, it's on the hilt of her sword too. Her sword is vaguely shaped like a penis, and that's why it's a hit.
Yeah.
Essence is just like, what's penis?
It's
So some
Goblin
people
Slayer
are
turns-
going
No,
to start
it's a-
going into
It's a normal
male
sword,
anatomy.
except for its pommel, instead of being just one rounded end, it's two rounded.
It's
also,
a rounded end with a penis shape on it. It's just very.
I just gotta
And
do
that's
this
how
real
you
quick.
were brought here.
There we go.
That's how you were created, Essence.
Anyways.
That.
No, it's
I'm done.
With all this conversation, Bella pulls Essence inside and gives her like the birds and the bees talk.
Oh God!
We're
Bella
about
has
to say
I'm giving her this
but
conversation. She
Bella
probably just
is fully
wants it
aware
out.
of all of this because she's a healer.
From
So
a
she
medical
knows-
standpoint, yeah.
All of this from a medical standpoint. So she just gives the talk all from a medical standpoint.
And it's funny because you're just slightly younger than me, but also older than me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Goblin Slayer just like, you don't have to wear it. It just will probably be easier for you to use your magic if you
no,
do.
you know what? No, just she's going to take the pendant. She's going to wrap it around her wrist like a bracelet, and just gonna leave it there.
That'll work.
She's gonna wrap it around the wrist and tie it a couple times, and
If
just
you
gonna
want,
leave it around her
I
wrist.
can attach it to your armor later. I have a couple ideas. Anyways, and then he goes back into the bag and he pulls out a couple, like he pulls out like just a pair of shorts and he's like, and just sets them aside, pulls out a pair of socks and just kind of like sniffs and just like backs away from him. And just puts them aside, keeps going through your bag
Do
for a
not
bit, and then
smell.
immediately, and then at a certain point, he like gets down in there and he pulls out a mushroom. Helly, can I nature check this mushroom?
Hey, go right ahead.
For the memes, Helly, by the way, for the memes.
I told you you didn't want
that's
to
a
go through
16.
Oh my gosh, I should not have looked up penis pendant, but now I'm.
And I'm so proud of you, Dave.
I'm just gonna roll another d20 real quick. That's about more right. That's
Gosh,
So, Helly, is it what I think it is?
I'm trying to just figure out what you're trying to go for here, because the whole
is this
last
mushroom?
5 minutes just melted my brain.
Helly, is this mushroom the kind of mushroom that would make Daly space out and see her god?
You know what? Sure, fuck it. Why not?
Cool. I just hold up the mushroom and I just look up at you and say, "Where did you get this?"
Again, the last 20 minutes has just
don't
fried
know.
my brain.
I don't know where I got this.
Right.
I thought it was given to me. Hey, I have no idea.
She did not have that mushroom in her bag before we left, because I do check all their bags before we leave on adventure. So she's gotten that on this adventure.
Okay, I don't have anything to hide in my bag, but seriously, that's a violation of privacy.
You're the one who
Ivana.
handed it to me.
You signed the contract. That's on you. Grandma, do you want me? And Grandma starts digging through her bag. I'll pull your contract out. She's digging through the bag.
In reality, Essence forged the documents for Nessa.
That's why Nessa's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Goblin Slayer
on
just holds up the
paperwork.
mushroom and says, "I would suggest you don't take this mushroom for at least 2 hours before you do anything."
Oh, but she should take it now because she's gonna go to sleep.
Ooh, yeah. You might actually
Take it
see her
now.
god. Here.
Okay, so-
Tell Dionysus I missed him.
Dionysus is okay.
And that we need a party sometime before I'm dead.
So,
Tell him that when you talk to him, please and
Nessa,
thank you.
Nessa, let me walk you through this. Since you obviously don't... Do you know who Dionysus is?
Yeah.
So, Helly, with my
That's
18,
about all I know.
how
I
much would I
didn't
know
have any
about
real-
Dionysus? Would I
I
just
did
have a
not
basic,
know-
really good, solid understanding of who he is as a god?
Did not have any. I
With
did not have any
18,
religious
I would
teachings.
say
I went to
yes.
church maybe like
I'm using my
3
18
times.
that I
in my
used
life.
to identify and know the god of this, so I'm just like, okay, so Dionysus is the god of wine, revelry, which I think you know what that means, and
Well,
wild
yeah, I mean,
fucking
that's-
parties.
I mean, that's
And I
kind of
have
all
been
the
to a
guys
few of
Nicole should
them.
ever did.
Woo!
I mean, it fits. You're really good drunk, and you are really good at
Sometimes.
finding a good party.
I mean, like literally, they didn't let me do anything else, but dang did they invite me to their parties back in the militia. Mostly because I think I was entertaining. I think they just liked getting me drunk, honestly.
Praying to Dionysus is a pretty good bet for you. And if you get Grandma the party, can I bring a +1?
Oh yeah, honey. If I can invite you to a party again, for sure. Yes. But I've not been invited in a while, mainly because I'm an old lady and I've been busy. But
We're
if somebody
a party at my house when we get back, for no reason.
Yes, I get to meet your husband. I'm so excited.
My boyfriend, best friend. Yes, you will meet.
He's your boyfriend.
Just wow. Anyway, take that mushroom and go to sleep. And Grandma pushes the mushroom in your hand. I got first watch with Essence, and Grandma sits on the cart.
I'm trying to remember what Ivy looks like because I'm now drawing a penis.
By the way, Hallie, I am also going to just pick up one of the mushrooms and be like, also, Nessa, can I have this?
Sure, go ahead. I still have no idea where I got them.
Right. I'm going to warn you, those things are really strong. Stronger than most alcohol stuff. So,
and
just know what you're getting into.
I feel like this penis needs to be longer.
Walks over to Bella and just hands her the mushroom and says, you could make something with this, right?
One sec. I gotta
Maybe.
Make this look right.
I don't have what I would need here. I don't
think.
I
mean, later, right?
Probably. I could take it next time I talk to Matthias and we could experiment on it.
That sounds like a good plan. We'll set up a whole
give Matthias that. That's up his alley.
There. We'll get you some pancakes in the morning. You'll be real hyper for the rest of the day and a little exhausted.
Oh, I know exactly how I'm going to draw this because it's going to look like it was supposed to be a heart. That's why she wasn't sure. That's why she didn't know it was a penis because everything's heart shaped, even the ivy.
It's like the Adam and Eve type of heart leaf covering one side of it, and she only has ever picked it up in that direction and only sees the heart.
Goblin Slayer's the only person
she's only ever held it with the way it hangs, which is the tip. She's never tried to turn it the other way.
Anyway,
all Essence can say is while they're doing their thing, she just kind of pops out the vials of rat poison that she got from Matthias and is just like, Gran, hold this.
Yes. And Grandma goes,
diluted rat
poison, you
by the way.
Got it. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was forgetting something. He let me borrow his bow and I just completely forgot. Do you want me to just keep these in my bag, honey? Or do you want me just holding them? Okay. Grandma puts them in her bag.
No, I want you to just hold them for me.
Well, I wasn't sure if you wanted, me to hold them while you rearranged your stuff. I didn't know. But everybody go to sleep. Nessa, you take that mushroom, and we got it. Go sleep.
Why do I need to commune with Dionysus? I don't know why, but okay. And she's going to eat the mushroom.
I just need a yes, ma'am, and you do it. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ellie.
Okay, drawing Ivy is
harder than. Do you understand now where I'm going with this?
Again, I am still mostly brain fried.
We've said penis and dick too many times in this stream.
It's okay. We're getting demonetized.
I'm sorry.
No, they don't demonetize it. Just you have to make sure you have the right labels and whatnot.
Okay, you know what? Let's see if AI Heart can do this easier. What was that AI art program you told us about before? So, I don't remember what it's called.
Essence, do you want to roll the perception check or you want me to?
You can.
Okay. Pull this nice.
I mean, so technically, yes, they're shrooms, but also it's to commune with her god. So it's a little bit different than if you or I were just to take shrooms and take a nap.
21.
All right, with a 21, there's not a whole lot really going on here. Everything seems
Okay.
fairly quiet. The wildlife is keeping your large party alone.
Hey, it's a good idea. Grandma is holding up Fenwick and just kind of like loving on him as she's like feeding him his root vegetables and whatnot.
Essence is looking around for rocks to give to Broccoli.
Broccoli. And every once in a while, you'll see Grandma like kind of turn, and you can't hear it, but it looks like she's having a conversation with somebody sitting next to her.
Nessa's just curled up, closed her eyes, and she's just ignoring the world now.
Essence is going to ask Grandma if she's talking to her parents.
Oh, no, honey.
We lost them?
I am currently
Yeah,
talking to my ex-husband. Yes, this is Essence. I know. She's gorgeous. I know. And like she's like doing the like arguing with this mystery person next to her. Yeah. You know what? I'm not having this conversation with you right now. No, I am not. Go away. And you see like Grandma rolling her eyes like she's still hearing somebody nag at her.
Okay, Grant. Maybe you should go and go to sleep. I'll stay watch.
No, it's fine. This has been happening since I died, or almost died. So it's no worries. It's the new norm. They're gone now, so we're good on that front.
All right. So, nothing else really going on here on first watch. I think we're good to move on to second watch. Who's taking it?
Who? I believe I was taking second watch. If I remember correctly.
You know, well, because you were told to take a shroom before you went to sleep. Roll me a Constitution saving throw. We'll see if you wake up for your watch.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Welcome back. Yes.
We can hear you now. Though your mic sounds very off.
Look, my internet died.
That'll
fun.
do it.
Oh. Is it Constitution?
Constitution saving throw.
That's a 19.
At 19, you have gone about and wake up. And
I don't
With-
have my stats.
for your attempting to communicate with Dionysus, I'm going to let you have this is a one-time spell that you can cast at any point, but as a free spell slot, you may cast Divination at any point you wish, assuming you have the action to cast it.
Write it down, Nessa.
She said this is wait. So this is something I can cast at any time, and just once.
What you can cast this one time for free, but you don't have the spell slots to cast this at the moment anyway.
Okay, I'm just gonna call this Dionysus's blessing.
It's divination.
It gives you the divination spell. It's a specific spell.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you said that I can only cast it once, so it goes away after I cast it. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have Dionysus's blessing, and it allows you to cast divination.
Okay. I'm just notating Dionysus's blessing and cast divination once.
Yes.
Got that notated. Got my character sheet saved.
You can cast it without the cost of components. You just need to be able to have the casting time to do it, which is just one action, and I don't expect you casting this in combat unless you're really really up Schitt's Creek.
Okay, so cool.
I got back on my computer.
Woo woo.
What are you on about there, Max? Stream delay is a nice lady, so I'm trying to piece together what you're saying.
Oh, daily. That's a powerful spell.
I mean, she did just commune with her god, so...
And you offered it an offering.
Did I nice as an offering? Did I
Plus,
offer
she's
Dionysus
wearing
an
the-
offering?
By
What
taking
about
the
what
mushrooms,
Dionysus
you
She's
gave
wearing
an
his
offering.
symbol, so like now she's properly. Worship might be the bad term, but it's the only one I can think of.
What should not be a chance? The waking up? Or what you talking about there, Max? Because my DC for waking up was going to be 15. She got a 19. She got poked by Nan's quarterstaff. Like, what? Huh?
Oh
That's
no, I
not
feel
where
like
I was
Gran.
going, but that's okay.
I feel like Gran would have gotten near her, gotten in her ear, and be like, "Asa, wake up!" And then she didn't wake up right away. And that's when Grandma pokes her with the like pointy end of her staff. Wake up,
All right.
Asa. Wake up.
Nessa, you are now awake for your watch.
I'm up. I am up. Up, I am fine, I am up.
Did you tell him? Did you? Or did you
I'm sure I
forget?
spoke with him so much as he spoke to me, and now apparently I've got a blessing.
Aw,
Apparently he's
he
glad that I'm
likes
finally
you.
wearing. Apparently he's glad I'm finally wearing the thing that I got. Okay,
Well, yeah, he
out of
he's
character for a
giving you
moment, but
something.
the funniest part about this though is the fact that we've decided that canonically that Nessa is a lesbian, so she doesn't even like it.
Max, to answer your question, divination, when casted once is 100% chance, and then every accumulative chance beyond that for a long rest is a 25% chance of a random reading.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
So only really works every time the first time.
Yes.
The
And she
cosmic
can only
brownie.
cast it once. Again, I figure it's a reward for her finally getting to meet her goddess. Or her guy.
Yes, because he's happy she'll finally acknowledge him.
Well, next time you talk to him, make sure you let him know. Because I miss him. He's fun to hang out with. Just saying. You should. Ooh. You know what? I think I still have a contact in one of my old towns that runs his parties there still. I'll get you an invite. Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I
Now
can
you
get
go
my
on,
own
wake up,
invite
and
to
I'm gonna
my
go
own
sleep. And Grandma
DD's
lays
party.
down.
What was that?
Yeah,
Nessa?
I'll get you invited to the party.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I can get invited to my own deity's parties.
You show
You
the
would be
symbol of the door.
surprised. You would be surprised.
I'm also realizing that Ivy kind of looks like the shape of a pair of lips. It's fun.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of why those are
Hey,
his
you're all
symbols.
good, Max. I like bringing in alternative ideas because it helps build upon my own.
And we're crazy. He likes to give us even more crazy nonsense to go with
Oh,
our crazy.
Give us
I
one.
am very much a fuck it, we ball kind of DM.
Yeah, as much as you complain, Helly, you're enjoying this all too much.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's
He
because I
enjoys the DM
complain
and the
doesn't.
roleplay part. He doesn't always enjoy it.
Just because I complain
The
doesn't mean I
explicit
don't enjoy bringing the content.
Bella, he's kind of a brat like that.
I'm
Ain't
aware.
that the truth?
I've been friends with
And-
Helly long enough to figure that out.
And most of the time, rule of cool, if you can explain how this would work in a logical sense and it's cool, fuck it, let's go. We
Or if
we
it just
do
brings a lot of chaos.
we do stupid shit for fun because that's what we're here to do.
Stupid shit
Exactly.
for fun. We're
Like
not here to
baby
play
shit.
the game.
Baby dragon.
We're here to do stupid shit and roll funny math.
It wasn't
rocks.
even. It wasn't even a
Exactly.
baby dragon. It was a juvenile dragon.
It was far more dangerous.
And I made friends with it, and his name is Ring. What do you expect?
I feel like
Wait,
Bella also
I
made
forgot.
friends
You
with
learned
him.
his name.
No, I nicknamed him.
Technically, I would not
Oh.
say Bella made friends with it because
He didn't kill you.
he tried to like swipe at her and I think steal her.
Oh, he was 100% going to abduct you if he managed to grapple you with his tail. You were not going to get away easily.
Wait, you
Yeah,
mean I
I'm
could have
pretty
been
sure
kidnapped?
Yes.
his attempt was
Dude.
to kidnap her and just take her.
That sounds fun.
Grandma-
I mean, yeah, but like she
And then we-
also has
Okay.
Bella,
we have
you're a
the
sweet.
grid.
Yes, anyway,
We have to
Rillain is
go.
back in here. The only one that's awake at this point is, I will say it is...
Sorry.
I will say it would probably be Nessa and Saldar.
Oh, Saldar's taking the watch.
He's
with
on
me, is he?
second watch as well.
All right.
And Max,
Cool.
I play with the home rule potions because using an action for potions and then rolling minimum is bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
So, those two cat folk are interesting there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Dan's just the matronly lady, so.
Hey, are you ready
Did you
to
have
see?
any particular questions about them? Or were you just. Are we just bullshitting now?
Is this
I don't
gonna be
know, I
small
haven't-
talk? I don't do small talk.
The only small talk I do is over alcohol. Do you have alcohol?
Hey, he tosses the canteen over to you.
Yes. This is gonna take a swig.
Hey, it,
Bullshit you want to talk about?
well, you ready to go about and storm this castle?
I'm always ready to storm a castle. Like, seriously, it's been my dream since I was a child. You know those fairy tale books? Like you so rarely find. My mom had exactly one of them. And the knight in that book was so damn cool. And that's been my dream. To be a knight.
And he rescued
a
this
cool damn
really
night in
cute
the Stormbook.
princess.
Princess was gorgeous. Like there were these intricate illustrations of the princess and her soft curls and her beautiful eyes and supple skin. This princess was gorgeous. And the knight got to rescue her. It was so cool.
And what did this knight rescue this princess from?
Dragon. But I've
Ah.
discovered that dragons are not things that you want to fight without lots and lots and lots of experience and armor up the wazoo and all of the protective spells. Yeah, no, I wouldn't last against a dragon. Not yet, at least.
Sorry.
We have already tried to fight a dragon. It did not go well. Nan got knocked off a building.
Hey, I heard from Slayer that there was a dragon up in Thunder Tree when you guys were back in town yesterday. Seemed not to go too well there.
Nope.
Hey, hopefully word gets up to Neverwinter and they'll go remove that dragon from the premises.
I do hope someday I'll be strong enough to fight dragons. That'd be cool.
Eh?
First of all,
Dragons-
I'm just kind of trying to prove to the militia guys that I actually can fight. So that's why I'm here.
Hey, you want to have a round of sparring?
Dude, yes. Like, absolutely. Like, you're speaking to my heart right now, man.
He gets up, tossing his long sword on the ground, just cracks the knuckles.
Alright. This is gonna get up, and I imagine she's probably, like, not fully in her armor, right?
I imagine both of you are in the Gamberson. You've taken off your plated armor, and you're just in, like, the leather under armor.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's do this thing.
So
she's gonna stand up, lift her hands.
So the way we're gonna do this is because both of these people have large amounts of health, and punches do next to no damage. We're going to do the Gamberson AC, which is I think 11 plus Dex, and it's first to 5 hits.
Cool.
So
Sounds good to me.
Roll for initiative.
That's who gets the first hit, I'm guessing, and then we just take turns.
Yep, it's just gonna go back and forth that way.
Fuck, I got a 1.
He got a 4, so
I'm going last, regardless of what he got.
you got up, you stumble a little bit on a branch, and like, whoa, hold up there. All right. I'm going to assume a 5 does not hit your AC.
Wait, what's it? I forget what the AC for
11.
Gamberson is.
It's 11 plus Dex.
Which means I have... I have 10 AC. Cool. I was trying to find it on my list.
Okay, well...
I was scrolled down, so I had to scroll back up.
Are they fighting?
they're
Long John?
We're sparring.
They're throwing some fisticuffs.
I'm just
We're
wondering
just
why they're not
sparring.
wearing their armor on watch. Anyway, sorry, I'm not here. Bye.
Because they don't want to take the while it takes to re-robe and then disrobe at the end.
Oh my gosh, it's a masterpiece.
Alright. What's your attack roll there, Daily? Add your strength strength modifier, because you are punching.
Punching. That is an 8.
8 does not hit.
Oh.
Alright, next up.
Doesn't she also add her proficiency bonus? Aren't we technically proficient with them? They just
I
don't
don't
do
think
extra
I'm
damage?
proficient
I
with
mean, I
unarmed
don't-
fighting.
With
I don't
melee?
think I'm proficient with unarmed fighting.
I don't know how it works exactly with unarmed.
I'm looking it up. One sec.
Regardless, he's got a 13, so a 10 still would not hit.
So, I've got this drawing now. Here,
You are
I adjusted
proficient
the
with
opacity.
unarmed strikes. Everyone is proficient with unarmed strikes.
I adjusted
Okay.
adjusted the opacity. Given the way the pendant is, I don't think you'd be able to tell it was penis unless you were really, really looking for the penis.
Exactly, that's the point. I love
All
it.
right. And
That is her holy symbol right there. I've drawn a picture of it. It exists.
I love you.
13 to hit.
I'm getting this cast in gold and
Yep,
I'm
that
making
hits.
earrings out of it.
All right. So that's one jab that's one jab to you.
All right. Okay. And that is 15.
15 hits.
Cool. We're tied.
That's an 18.
That's another hit.
All right.
Ooh, I just got it now.
And that one. You're
Do I
gonna
run
miss
myself into his fist?
I'm gonna say that you're missing a turn in this one.
Oh.
Lost,
Alright.
lose a turn in combat.
Alright.
That's a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
And It's
So
now
he's 3 hits on me now.
3-1. Now it's lost a turn.
Yeah.
That's a 19. So that's another one from the boy.
Yeah, 4-1. All right, here's mine.
Man needs to get one more hit.
That's another 15.
And that hits.
Cool.
All right. So here's turn. That's a 16.
Ah, damn. I lost.
Nah, get you on your ass.
65.
Ellie, do I wake up to the sound of sparring?
Roll me a
Roll perception.
check.
Hey, that's not half bad.
I imagine at this point she's on her ass. Silver offers to get her to her feet. She grabs his hand, his hand, and like respect, man.
15. I would say that you are hearing the sounds of fighting. If you wish to wake up, you may, or you may remain asleep.
I'm going to wake up. I wake up and I sit up and I'm like ready for a fight. Like I draw my sword and everything, and I'm like up and I'm like.
And at this point,
to my feet and I'm just like, where?
This point, Ness was grasping onto Silder's hand. He's pulling her to her feet, and she's like doing that whole like that bro hug sort of thing where you grasp the hand and you like pat his shoulder.
And he just looks over, sees it, memorizes that image, and then goes right back to bed.
It got a few good hits in there, but hopes me you don't fall over.
True. I mean, I'm better with a sword than I am with these fists, so.
I imagine, but we didn't need to be carving each other up into sushi here tonight.
True. And I don't have my training sword anymore. I don't even know what happened to that thing. My dad carved it for me. Super cool. I bet he has it in the attic somewhere.
That long sword I got over there, not mine, one I picked up from blacksmith. Hopefully I'll find mine here soon enough, but wasn't in that cave where they had me abducted.
We'll find him. I'm sure about it.
Hey,
I guess we continue with watch.
Man sits back down on just like a half a stump, pulls out another canteen from his bag and starts drinking.
Of course he has another one.
Oh, I love this man.
Swig. I like this man. I have respect for this man.
So many brownie points.
Right.
Nessa has respect for this man. At first, she had no idea who he was, and forgot why he was coming with them in the first place. And now they've sparred, and she's like, "This man's all right. This guy's cool."
I mean, he is just a sellsword. All right.
He's not all that different than Nessa.
Do you want to take the perception watch, or do you want him to take the perception watch?
I can do the perception. Because Ivana's awake with me, right? I imagine. Ivana, are you awake?
I'd say Ivana's awake at this point. Woke up to the sound
Ivana's awake with me?
Woke up to the sound of a spar.
I like to imagine Ivana woke up to the sound of me waking up.
Well, because
and then I went back to bed and she
with
didn't.
flitter bells, because I think I'm at the
You're at Bond 4, which is what they
Bond 4.
You're at Bond 6 if I recall right.
Yeah, 6.2 or something like that. Or 6.8.
Yeah.
No, 6.3. 6.3.
But no, it would be
So
6.2 because it's 1, 2, or 3. Every 3 you go up a level, so you're at 6.2.
Oh yeah, 6.2. Okay. I must have typed that wrong then. Okay, 6.2. And then I believe I'm at the bond level in which I can use my companion's modifier rather than my own.
Yep.
So I do get an extra +1. So
I will say...
Yeah, +2 rather than my +1 for my perception check.
I will say, Salier has a +3.
You could also.
Oh,
help
I've
them
already
with
rolled.
that
I got a
and
12.
advantage.
Uh,
You can
12.
also get help with that.
So I
and
got
get
14 in
advantage.
total.
You know what? Roll again with advantage.
Roll again?
Sundar is technically helping.
Okay.
them.
Yeah. Roll again.
Yeah, I still have the 14 because this time I rolled 10.
Hey, that's fine.
Okay. So
Another time I
Hey.
rolled a 12. So I'm taking the 12.
Hey,
And that's 14 with Vina's wisdom modifier.
nothing much going on through the night. Low fire's still going, enough to keep the camp, not, engrossed in darkness.
I'm just stoking the fire with my sword every so often.
Occasional howls from the woods, but that's about it.
What you rolling the D20 for, Max?
Man's one to roll a d20. But he's got the ability to.
Honestly, now though, I kind of want to make this pendant. Like, it wouldn't be that hard to like wrap it with wire and make little wire ivy leaves, and then you'd like do little beaded sections for the.
What am I going to do with
grapes?
you?
If you do, can I have one?
And then you just have to make the penis out of clay and wrap it around with wire. I could do it. That wouldn't be
What
that
am I going to do with you?
I
You
know.
love her.
Love
keep
me,
her close
feed
because
me,
she's
never
an amazing
leave
human
me.
being.
I know a gold.
Love
standard
me,
for
feed
it.
me, never leave me.
We'll get you some jewelry. Don't worry. I'll get you some earrings.
All right. Well, I think that's going to conclude the watch here.
Who do you wake up, Nessa?
Probably Goblin Slayer.
You walk over. to
Goblin Slayer always takes last. Goblin Slayer always takes last watch.
Yeah, he does.
And she's just gonna
I'm
like
just checking.
nudge at his arm with her foot. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
I wanna go to bed.
Yeah.
It's your watch.
Okay, go back to sleep.
I
Miss
may be
Princess.
slightly tipsy.
You had two swigs of not all that expensive alcohol.
Again,
you are
slightly
buzzed.
tipsy.
You
Just
are
like-
buzzed, if anything.
Goblin Slayer gets up and starts putting his armor all the
I just
time.
want to sleep this off, dude.
Yeah,
Nessa's just
go
gonna
to
curl
sleep,
up in her
little
bedroll.
girl.
What'd you call me? Wait, I didn't actually hear. What did you call us?
Roll a perception check. I'm gonna roll.
Deception.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say? What did you call me?
What'd you roll?
My perception is a I'm rolling my own because Ivana's not helping me with this one, obviously, but I got an 18.
I got a 17.
You
So-
failed.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Lover girl.
Lover girl.
Whatever.
Goblin Slayer misread that. I want you to know.
It's not any worse than what the guys in the garrison called me, so whatever.
He's just gently teasing you. Yeah, sure thing. Lover girl.
Nessa doesn't even understand what even means by that. She's like, but I'm not in a relationship. That makes you're not. You have a boyfriend. That makes no
No,
sense.
I don't have a boyfriend.
That's
He's
his
my
husband.
best friend.
He's your boyfriend.
No, he's definitely my
Listen,
best friend.
everything you've told us about this man's, and in every way you've talked about this man, he's your boyfriend.
Look,
100%.
just look.
You
just
live
because-
together.
Just
He's your
because
boyfriend.
we live together and own a business together and snuggle together when it's cold at
God,
night
they
and
were
sometimes
roommates.
when it's warm at night, and just because he makes me breakfast every single morning with a beautiful smile on his face. and
Your
makes me-
relationship with this
feel-
man is the same relationship my mother has with my father.
So that's what it is.
But okay,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
that would mean that I've been married to my best friend for like 3 years now. and
Wait,
didn't
did you actually
even
get
know.
married? Did you have a ceremony? Did we need to?
No.
We need to throw you a ceremony when this is it.
We didn't. That was.
Part-
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I can get ordained.
I think you are ordained.
I mean, worse, you have a cleric
I
who
do
can
have a
certainly
holy-
be ordained.
And even if you're not
We don't have-
ordained, I know that our cleric is ordained.
IRL, I
ordained.
am.
We are throwing you a wedding.
You are
We are throwing you a wedding, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Marry all of us. We're all going to be in a polyamorous relationship.
No,
as
no, no,
friends.
no. I'm not going to be in a relationship with Nan.
So what
No.
you're saying is, if I didn't have
No,
the
I meant
ceremony,
us as players, not the
Lesbian,
characters.
but
I'm legally married. You can only get married once at a time in the U.S. So I cannot
Exactly, the
enter a
US.
polyamorous marriage with you. I'm sorry.
unfortunately.
Fine, I
Unfortunate.
see how it
But we
is.
are all of us girls are a polycule in Just Gals No Pals. To the
That
point where
is
we
true.
may have to open our own Discord server for Just Gals No Pals.
That is
Hey.
true. I think it's hilarious that we'll have to open a Discord server, but yes.
Well, if we get more than 3 more members of our Just Gals No Pals polycule, then we will definitely have to
Also,
open
Val,
this Discord
Max
server.
says depends on the state.
depends on the state. That is true.
Oh, true.
I thought
Utah
you
definitely know. Utah definitely know because Utah's weird and bizarre
That is-
with their marriage.
I guess.
Not weird or bizarre, but
Hey, Max is in neighboring state there, Val.
anyway.
Max is West Coast.
Anyways,
He-
Goblin
he's
Slayer's
in
just
Connecticut.
looking at
East
you,
Coast.
and like Goblin Slayer's like looking at
Continue.
you, and you can tell that you've really nailed the lid shut on this, and he's just like, I mean, we did go to the
Okay, I'm
courthouse that one time.
Oh
I guess
wait,
that
you
makes
are
sense.
married.
No, we're
You
a
are?
domestic partnership.
That's marriage.
That's
It's
married.
tax
That's being
benefits.
married.
Essence, you're asleep.
Being married.
I know I am.
Being married.
so
I'm
this is getting into
I'm just
federal.
saying-
That's marriage, mate.
You know, Nan,
he just
Nan,
stops and
Essence
he's
Nan,
like,
just wakes up to that one spot.
he just sits
Nan,
there and he's like,
Eunice goes,
Nan,
that's marriage.
may-
Goes back to sleep.
Nan may talk about how she's more supportive than my parents are, but honestly, Nan has a misunderstanding of how great my parents are. Because literally, they had like the best marriage, and they're so supportive of me. It's kind of great. It's really the assholes of the garrison who don't think I'm gonna amount to anything. My
Wait,
mom's like
so-
super proud of my magical accomplishments, and my dad thinks it's really cool that I can swing a sword just as well as any of the guys at the garrison. So,
Goblin Slayer just sits there for a minute and he goes, I miss my
and they
mom."
love each other so much. Well, I mean, when we're done with all of this, you can come home. You can come visit me at the village. I'm sure my mom would like bake you breakfast. My mom likes bake.
That's nice.
She's really good at it too.
And he just kind of like
I mean,
zoning out.
it's all
and he
homegrown
kinda,
from my dad's farm.
He
so.
like puts his last piece of like the arm guard on and like tightens it, and he's just like absent-mindedly now.
Dude, she'll
like,
probably just
things
adapt
like
you.
I don't
I mean,
know.
I'm her only child, so.
I mean, I just found out
She's always
that I
mom,
am
so.
married to my best friend, and I can call him my husband.
I'm not sure why you're surprised. None
accomplishment,
of us are.
By the way, I was totally hoping that
wake up?
Bella would join me on this watch.
When did you wake up? I didn't wake you up. When did you wake up?
Because I've been asleep for over 4 hours and I'm an elf.
I was like, so you're probably just lightly just kicking,
Ah.
lightly just nudging Bell with a hood. Like, hey,
Go tell your friends to shut up.
tell your friend to shut up. I'm trying to catch some winks.
I
And
think
catch some
that Essence
Z's.
just kind of talks in her sleep and has
Anyway.
part of the conversation.
He didn't.
Wait,
he
though.
wouldn't even
You sound
admit
like you
this
have a
was his.
super.
He can't even say the word boyfriend in terms with this friend of his. Do you really think he would recognize if they had a wedding ceremony?
We didn't have a wedding ceremony. He did make a really good cake after we went to the.
You're literally
courthouse.
wearing a wedding ring.
Wait,
Wait, I
that's
didn't
what
even
this
notice
is?
the ring.
As he
I
looks
didn't even
down.
know he had a ring.
How do you know
Okay,
he has a
so
ring?
This is the ring
I
he made.
noticed he had a. I didn't notice he had a ring.
Just kidding
But
about
also,
the
you
magic
realize,
trick.
and she's
He's
gonna,
like-
Nessa's
he
gonna
just, like,
hold up
spins the
hold
ring
up
in
the
his
pendant
hand.
on her wrist. She's gonna hold up the pendant on her wrist. I didn't realize this was a penis.
How am I
I
the
mean, that's
child and the smartest one in this group?
You also are an
Some
elf,
of us are just smart in different ways.
and also you are the magic caster. Magic casters do kind of have to be sort of studious and smart. I just swing a sword and get
I
drunk.
think you overestimate magic casters, because, like, I would not count most warlocks as smart.
Bella has a flashback
It's-
to another cleric by the name of Casper.
Fuck yeah.
I was also gonna say Nessa's gonna think back. Oh yeah, no, there was this. I thought it was a bard at first, but apparently she was a warlock.
This one time at band camp.
Yeah, no, she was ditzy as fuck.
Did you say
Wait.
dizzy as fuck?
Ditzy as fuck.
Ditzy
Oh,
as
that makes
fuck.
a lot more sense. I'm like, how is she dizzy?
She's dizzy as fuck, yo.
She dyed her hair like bright pink.
Wait, Daly,
Goblin
was your
Slayer just,
character
like,
not a
grabbed-
bard? I thought she was a bard.
No, she was a warlock.
Oh, I thought she was a bard the whole time.
A warlock. Masquerading as a bard
Daily likes
because
to
she
play
liked
characters
music.
that you can't tell what class they are until she says it out loud.
That is true. That is
That's
very
my
much
favorite kind of
true.
character.
It's her entire shtick. It's one of my favorite things about playing with her, is figuring out what her class is.
I have a character who is, for all intents and purposes, seems like a rogue, but she is a cleric, and she got kicked out of her clergy due to a clerical error.
Oh, I hate it.
Max, welcome to how I feel right now.
Guys, look, Max, if you don't feel like you're high on something while playing that, while listening to us play this, you're not listening hard enough.
Wait, Max, you want to see the picture of the penis pendant?
Okay, your
I'll send you a picture
ADHD
of
is
the
getting my
penis.
ADHD going. We need to stop. We need to stop.
Well, I
now.
love us. I
This
think
is what-
we're
this
getting
is-
to the
this is
point
going
where
to bed
we are
now.
all
Nessa is
too
going to sleep
delusional
now.
to actually play this game.
Nessa is going to sleep now. We're moving on to the next one.
By the way, do we want to just skip to the actual combat sections of this, or
No. Nah,
I
I'm
think
taking
that's
my
gonna
nap.
have to be next time because
Yeah.
I am
I was gonna
too silly today. For
It's
No,
about
there's
11, which is
no-
when we
there's
do
no
end.
fighting going on. There's not
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we even have time to really
We
be
don't-
worth it to get into anything?
I mean, I would like to at least get into show you guys the actual play map of the next area before we end.
Why don't we do that and then end for the night, and we will
Yes.
start next
Yes.
session off.
Let's
With-
let's do our watch, and then Helly
Yes.
can show us the thing, and then we're there.
Yes. So go ahead and roll a perception
There
check.
was a lot of character development
Yeah.
today, though.
It's a-
A
There's
lot.
a lot.
Okay, now all y'all mute yourselves except for Bella, because I'm gonna sit down with Bella.
Okay. You want me to roll perception?
I'm gonna roll perception too.
I mean,
so
I
we
rolled a
can-
nat 20, so that's a
let's both
25.
roll it. Yeah, let's both roll it. Let's see what I get. That's a 2. So die. We'll take yours.
So X is very much just distracted, trying to come to grips with his own realization.
Goblin Slayer is sitting there spinning the ring on his finger.
While trying to remember that while remembering that you don't have your crown of detect thoughts on anymore.
Yeah, I cannot hear my own thoughts anymore. Period. Like I don't have any inner thoughts because I can't hear them anymore. And so I'm just sitting there like, what? What is? So I'm married to him? That's what that was? He just turns to Bella and says, "You already have parents, right?"
Yes.
Cool. Do you
I
want to
mean-
meet my husband?
Do you listen when I talk to you?
I don't. Sometimes I do, but I don't remember all of it because I'm going to be honest. I'm 99% sure. Before I met any of you, I was like 100% sure that eventually I would work up the courage to ask my best friend to be my boyfriend. Turns out I was married the entire time. So with all due respect, I probably don't remember anything that you've said to me in this entire thing, because right now all I'm thinking about is going home.
Cool. Spark notes. Technically, even though I'm about 50 years too young, I am emancipated from my parents. It was a whole thing. So, and that's because I had to leave the village. And I offered you guys a place in my village when all of us is done, so you and your husband can come, because he
And
wanted to
thank
learn.
Thank you for the raid.
So that you could learn from our
We
blacksmiths
are
and
going to
he
be
could
ending
learn
up here
from
soon, but much appreciated. Welcome
someone,
to
I
the
can't
D&D
remember.
Chaos.
I think you were talking about someone's really good food. Was that your mom's?
Yes.
You were talking about? Oh, so
yes.
he's gonna.
So
okay.
he would learn from like our dishes. And I offered you guys my cabin because, like I said, technically I'm emancipated and I no longer live with my parents.
Got it.
Yes, I know I'm really young, but like healer, and when you've been blessed by the goddess, it means apparently you're grown up. I don't know how much I agree with that.
I also don't know how much I agree with that.
I think it also had something to do with the fact that I kept running in and out of the house at weird hours to like save people's lives.
That's fair. Waking them up as you leave. Yeah, that's probably about right.
We're all a close-knit community, so like it's not like I was really on my own.
It was more like you moved up the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, when we're all done here, I would love if you guys would come back with me. I've got extra rooms in my cabin.
We also have to go see Nessa's family, so maybe we'll hit her family up and then go to your place.
Mm-hmm. And just remember, the woods, like the forest is weird. You could be caught in a different world if you're not careful. Like,
that's kind of freaky, but I'm on board.
We're pretty sure. So sometimes weird animals come through, and we're pretty sure that there's portals to different planes, like fey creatures or weird creatures from like the underworld. I don't know. They're like big rock creatures that sometimes come rumbling through.
Maybe
I
they're
remember
related to a lizard.
there's a cave about 20 miles north, 6 miles west from my home, that during certain like cycles of the moon, it just continuously spews fire, and we don't know why. We don't go there. But there's a lot of weird stuff, and if you get lost, you can get turned around really easily. That's most of what I do is most of what I did during my training was fix up people who got turned around.
Oh, that sounds rough.
It's usually adventuring parties. I think outside of home, they call it the Dark Woods.
Oh, Helly, have I heard of the Dark Woods?
Roll history.
Oh, that might work. Rolling good on these. I don't know why I rolled so bad right.
Don't you love it when I just make up random shit, Helly?
I don't know what
Hey,
you're talking about.
we just
That
roll
was
with
a
the punches.
Thought out and planned backstory. I'm so immersed. So that's a 16, Helly.
It's with a 16. I'd say you've at least heard of the Darkwoods. You probably
They
haven't
didn't have
been
much
to
goblins
them.
there, right? They don't have a
Not
lot
much
of
in terms of
goblins there.
not much in
Yeah.
terms of goblins.
That it makes sense that I didn't really. I don't know much about there. There's not a lot of goblins there. That's all I really know about it. Sounds spooky. I mean, wait, there's no ghosts, are there? Because I don't do ghosts.
Not that I've ever seen. Not that I've ever heard talk of, but I would be a fool to say that it's not possible.
I mean, we
No
did
one
meet the
has.
ghost.
I have never met. I've met a ghost. I think, but never in the woods. It's just they've never actually been fully explored. Once you
Right.
go far enough, you kind of just start at the beginning again, and no one really knows how deep they are.
That's also very creepy.
Yeah. Part of why other elves don't like us is because we live there, but also because they just don't like our practices.
Sucks for them.
Yeah.
Huh.
But people don't understand death or life. The cycle of life seems to be a weird faith for a lot of people. I don't understand it.
Yeah, no, I don't get it either.
You respect the cycle. That's what sustains us. It's a balance.
Everything
just-
ends.
And just because something ends here doesn't mean it's end forever. It just continues the balance.
Cue the flashback to Human Cost.
Yeah, cueing the flashback to Goblin Slayer's home. Anyways, kind of pushes past that and just goes, anyways, I got a mushroom.
Why do you have a mushroom?
Oh. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's just like sitting there holding the mushroom.
You're holding this in your hand, just contemplating it. What do you do? What mysteries do you unravel?
What? Behold the humble mushroom. What secrets does it hold? No, he's just like sitting there, he's like thinking about it. He's like, should I take the mushroom?
I would assume not, because mushrooms can have weird effects and you'll probably end up leaving me alone on watch. And you seem to have an aversion with leaving me alone on watch.
Puts the mushroom away. Anything happened during the watch, Helly?
Nope, nothing happened. Another just nice, chill night.
As the like just before the sun is coming over the mountains, like where you can see the sky starting to color, but it's like not quite breaking above the
horizon.
The horizon. I'm just gonna walk over to Nessa and like look left, look right, and then plant my boot firmly in her kidney. Wake up.
Wait, who's getting a firm boot to the kidney?
You.
Good. I literally just got back from the bathroom. Okay, I did warn you that I had to go pee. Anyway, yes. Okay.
You want me to have to attack her? I don't want to hurt her. I'm just trying to.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
planting a
no,
boot into her
Nessa's-
kidney's fine.
Nessa's waking up. Nessa's waking up, and she's like, "Ow, what the fuck, dude?"
Sorry, I didn't. I was just. I don't always know how strong my boots are.
Dude, do you have like a steel toe on those things?
Yes. Do you want to see it?
It's a whole thing made of steel.
You look at his boot, and literally the front of his boot, built into
It
the
is
leather soles, there is a steel cap on the front end of it and a steel cap over the top of it that goes up and is bolted and is literally like uh, uh tied off with leather straps around his calf. Like, this is a full thing. Like, this is several pieces of steel. This is a heavy fucking boot. See? Steel toe caps.
No.
They hurt a lot when you kick a goblin in the nuts.
Yeah, and also when you kick a human in the kidney.
Oh. You know what? Next time I'll use my scabbard. And he turns and you see his
Yeah,
scabbard
that
is
would be
all
better.
armored.
No. Just grab my shoulder and shake it. That'll work just fine.
Okay. I'll do that next time. And then I walk over to Essence, and I just stand over thinking about what Nessa just said, and I just reach out and I like tap you on the shoulder. But it's like like a rough tap.
This is gonna sit there, and I imagine she takes her hair out at night because she just has her hair like French braided or Dutch braided down her back, so she's just gonna be sitting there like tightening her hair back again.
Essence just kind of like. You said you kind of just tap her.
It's like a really firm tap of someone who's a little bit stronger than they think that they are. Just right in the shoulder.
Like a push jab.
Yeah, it's like a push jab. It's just like poke, poke, poke.
So Essence was having a nightmare and just instantly like goes ah! And like just full on wakes up and scares you.
You wake up and scream, and he turns in the direction that you're going and draws his sword. He's like, "Where is it?"
Essence is just panting. She's just like, "Oh my lord, that was the worst thing. I freaking had a nightmare. I was working as a cashier. People were being rude. Like, no."
What the hell? What the hell is a cashier? What the hell is a cashier?
I don't even know.
His sword.
There are cashiers in the D&D universe.
Cashiers existed long before. Like,
yeah, but they would be called clerks, not cashiers.
Is that
Yeah,
like
they could still be a cashier.
She was called a
Is that like a
cashier.
clerk?
Well, I thought a cashier came into play when the cash register came into play. Is there such thing as a cash register in D&D?
At this point, with all the artificers, probably.
Yeah, I'd say yes.
Okay. There is such thing as a cashier. That would be because that literally
I love
when
the idea
cashier
that
became a thing
Nessa
rather
doesn't
than
know what a
clerk.
cashier is because she's never seen one because she's from a small town.
I lived in a village of probably about roughly 100 people at most.
Yeah, and Slayer's like, "Oh, they have those in Neverwinter."
To be fair, they have them in Phandelver.
We just never actually thought about it.
Well,
I mean,
no one ever told her that it was called cashier. She assumed they were called clerks.
Yeah, clerk
Like,
is when they use the
shopkeepers.
box. You know the box that they have at the Lion Coaster that they tap on and the money goes in? That's a cash register, and the person who uses that is a cashier. So it's not a clerk anymore, they're a cashier. It's weird.
All I know is it was a horrible nightmare, and I don't want to ever have to do that. So I'm going to continue on this path of crazy, chaotic rogueness as long as I possibly can.
Sounds like fun. Slayer walks over to Grandma and just like, now thinking about Essence and Nessa, just very gently places his hand on her shoulder and says, "Grandma, please wake up."
And Grandma also wakes up screaming, which I decided before you woke anyone up.
Same thing, yet again. You sit up screaming, he turns to where you're facing, draws his sword, he's like, "Where is it?"
Grandma looks straight forward, and like she grabs her chest and is like pushing down to like slow her heart rate. And she's just kind of like staring straight out in front of her, and it takes her a minute to come to.
Goblin Slayer is not seeing anything. He's like, "Where is it? What is it?" These grandma's kind of freaking out and like puts his sword away and just like, reaches out and remembering that giving hugs is supposed to be a good thing, just gives Grandma a hug. It's
And you feel
awkward, and
her
he's
like
wearing plate armor.
jump, like you can feel her whole body like jump, and then but that like shakes her out of it, and she goes, "Okay, you were not alive then. Okay, that's over."
I just gently pat your shoulder and like let go and say, "You looked like you needed," and then looks at Bella, looks at Grandma, a hug.
I appreciate that. I know you don't like them. You can be done. Thank you.
I'm
And Grandma, she's like,
She does.
she's still like, she's kind of aware, but like she is still like, both of her paws are like to her chest, and like she is like, this is reality. Goblin Slayer would not have been born yet. Like she's thinking like, we are no longer in the time that she was having that dream. It's not possible. None of these people except maybe Saldar were alive. So she's like, it's okay.
At the sound of the second scream, Saldar groans awake, getting out of his bedroom. Like, are you getting attacked?
No. Do you want to sleep in, or do you want some of this whiskey in your coffee?
You just have a whole bunch of women who have PTSD. Let's be real.
Whiskey for coffee this entire time, and you haven't even offered it to me.
I'm sorry. I mean this stuff, and he pulls out he reaches in and he pulls out a small flask, and he's just like, I only have a little bit, but right now we all need some.
He's like, yeah, I got my own. He just, as he's getting up, just opens up his cask and just starts opening it. His flask and just starts drinking it as he's getting up. It's like,
I'm gonna take one swig and then I'm gonna hand it to Nessa and give her a swig.
Don't forget you have the cactus stuff.
And Nessa still has his other flask.
Yeah, Nessa has my other flask still.
No, she has Saldir's other flask.
She has Saldir's other flask.
I should probably give that back. I'm gonna give that back now.
He was gonna ask for it soon enough.
You give him the flask back, and I see you pass him the flask, and I look at you, and I'm like,
she took a swig out of it and handed it back last night. I don't remember.
You took 2 swigs from it, and then Rui just went to bed. You woke up Goblin Slayer, had like a 20-minute conversation.
Slayer just turns to Nessa and just turns to you and says, "Oh, you borrowed his flask."
He had alcohol. I did not have alcohol. What are you implying?
Hands you the small flask. By the way, Nessa, it only has like 5 swigs of liquid in it. This is a very small flask.
She's literally just gonna pour just a little bit in her coffee. That's it.
All the while, you just see Essence pounce on Grandma, like, Grandma!
I'm asking my mom, the wire wrapping expert that I know, how hard it would be to make ivy and grapevines out of wire beads. Figure out how to make a pendant.
After Essence jumps on Grandma, she like reaches up and grabs her and kind of like pulls her into her lap to have her sit. She goes, honey, I love you, and I love your hugs and your attack hugs. But sometimes you gotta watch to make sure Grandma's not freaking out before you do it. Just for future reference.
I waited until the hug was over.
I wasn't freaking out about the hug.
I figure while they're having this conversation, Nessa's still like trying to badger it and Goblin Slayer to figure out what he was implying.
So what happened was,
ignoring you.
I was back when I was late 20s-ish. I think I had just met my husband around that time, or maybe we were married. But there was this adventure, and Grandma starts going on and telling Essence about this mission she had to go on.
Slayer hands Grandma a plate with like 2 field biscuits on it and like a sausage.
And Grandma like her tail comes up to like hold the plate while she holds Essence with one hand and is eating in between telling this story.
And like hands another one to Essence. By the way, the sausage is like a big sausage. It's like a single large sausage that was cured and then held in salt, and then he scraped the salt off of it, stuck it on with some pork fat in a skillet and cooked it up. So it's like a salty sausage, breakfast sausage.
And you made essences extra salty.
Yeah. Sure.
But the story ends with Grandma seeing her best friend at the time be murdered right in front of her and have to keep fighting on. And that's what Grandma was having her nightmare about.
Goblin Slayer just like stayed for the rest of the explanation. Just goes, "Oh, so you were really a real spy like that. You weren't just messing with me."
No, honey. There are certain things I would mess with you with, but then I burst into laughter because I can't hold, like, when I make silly comments or I make a face. No, I was an actual spy. Did the whole espionage thing. I'm still wanted in. As she looks to Essence, is it 20 or is it 23 countries? I can't remember.
I thought it was 24. It could be
Maybe
25.
it's
Who
24.
knows?
That's true. And countries always change, so maybe they lost the records and I'm not in those countries anymore. But yeah, certain
Or
ones
they
like
burned
I'll
in
be
a fire by a dragon.
that
Or
was funny.
If you ever
Ooh,
end
do
up
you
in a country that you are not allowed in, let me know. I would appreciate the heads up. And he just turns away and walks over to Nessa and hands her a plate.
why would he want to know?
I
I'm
feel
too
like you
old
have all
now.
the wanted posters in your purse somewhere.
And Grandma, she's like, not all of them, but she pulls out one. This is the one that the dragon burned at their town. I had to get one beforehand. And on the back, you see Grandma's scribbles of the date the dragon burned down the town. And then slips it back into her bag. Did you have a good dream or a bad dream last night? And then it just keeps going on with her breakfast with Essence.
Essence doesn't even want to talk about how bad that was.
Fair enough.
She's like, it wasn't good.
Customer service is always a hard field to be in.
Goblin Slayer sits down next to Bella with the last 2 plates of the breakfast and offers her a cup of coffee.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then takes another cup of coffee and just pours like another swig into it, like a single shot into the coffee, and drinks that. Do you want me to make con saves for this?
Hey, nothing. How many shots have you had
2.
of Irish coffee?
That's
2,
2
you're
shots.
fine.
Okay.
One more,
Pleasantly
you might
warm.
have to.
Pleasantly warm.
Bella's gonna dig through her pack and pull out some sugar beet juice. Mix that into her coffee.
Ooh. Ooh, what's that?
Sugar beet is a type of beet that grows naturally in the USA. It is the original. Other than
that was in character.
Character.
That was in character. Sorry. I grew up in Sugar City. I know what sugar beets are. That's all they do in Sugar City.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I have met far too many people who don't know what sugar beets are or even what maple sugar is, and I just think people are stupid.
That's fair.
Maple sugar is the only sugar my brother will use anymore.
I love maple sugar. It's great. It's good in coffee.
The US at one point tried to switch all of our sugar to maple sugar and to produce it big term, but it kind of got blocked by big companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a syrup made from sugar beets. It's really, really sweet. I don't like my coffee bitter, so I add this. And when I'm home, I like to add usually cream from the cows.
I usually like cream in my coffee too, but you can't carry cream with you.
No, but this is just essentially sugar water. As long as I keep
This cap closed really tight. It's gonna be fine pretty much forever. And kind of the cool thing about it too is even if it does go a little off, I can just add a bunch of water to it and then boil it back down to its proper consistency. And it'll be just fine again.
And can I have some?
Sure. And I pass it over. Fun
He
fact,
just like
that is
he adds a
actually
little
what's in-
bit, and then he like takes the bottle in his hand that's holding the coffee mug and just like just kind of like gets a little on his finger and like tastes it. It's like, oh, that's good.
Fun
And
fact,
just
that
hands it over.
boiling thing is actually what you do with maple syrup. If it starts to go bad or starts to develop mold, get rid of all the mold, fill it with water, boil it again, and it's perfectly good because sugar is a preservative. Like
And it
salt.
means-
Sugar's like salt.
And in the meantime, while you guys are having this breakfast, Salvier's just having just a basic food ration while getting dressed in his armor.
You want one
I
of these
thought-
biscuits,
no,
bro?
Yeah, that's like a Goblin Slayer asked for him breakfast.
I don't think you ever offered him breakfast. I didn't hear it.
I thought I did.
No, he
I
did.
would have.
He did. I remember him actually saying that he was offering the guy breakfast.
I didn't hear it.
Well,
Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean you didn't
I
find
also offer him breakfast before I sit next to Bella.
He'll
would've
take
done
it.
that.
He'll take a plate as he still gets ready in his armor, saying, "Should go while the night's still young. Might catch those goblins asleep."
Goblin Slayer packs up and feeds his lizard a little bit. Make sure he
Grandma
has
also
nice
feeds her pet.
and tasty food.
And Nessa will give Ivana a ration of berries.
I also give him one of the sausages because he's my good boy. He deserves it.
My pet rock doesn't need anything.
Nope.
I know. 'Cause
You
he's
picked
a
the
rock.
most simplest.
I will
Not
say though,
simplest.
I'd like to think that you guys don't give Essence coffee because she's the chaotic child, and she would be like the squirrel from Hoodwinked, where she.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be entirely honest. It crossed my mind, and then I was like, "Ooh, essence on coffee, that's dangerous." And then I was going to offer Grandma, and I'm like, "Ooh, Grandma on coffee, that's dangerous." I'll give some to Nessa and some to Essence. We'll be good. I mean, give some
Bella.
to Nessa, give some to Bella, and we'll be good.
Of
I
course
love
it's
how
the two
Bella
cats.
isn't considered dangerous on coffee.
She's less of a flight risk.
That is true.
I mean, Nessa also isn't considered dangerous on coffee, so.
Essence would end
Nessa
up
gets
going to be
better on
like.
drugs.
Essence would end up being like on drugs if she had coffee.
Yeah.
I feel
She'd
like
wanna
she
play
would
hide
start
and seek.
stealthing. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like going in and out of the tree line, being like, "Hi, Grandma, bye." And, like at different points throughout the forest. And
Comes
Grandma's
out,
like,
scares the shit out of all
like
of us.
like when the boing 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 boing, like those videos where they just pop out, like Grandma's like turning her head trying to keep up with where you went.
All right. So y'all gonna
That's
be
why I
y'all gonna be traveling early in the morning here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Nessa's got her hair all braided and she's in her armor again.
Also,
Uh,
if you want us to see the map, somebody should share. Yeah.
I got it. I was waiting until we got there.
After about another hour of travel, you guys arrive at the Cragmaw Castle.
Dun dun dun.
Behold.
Oh wait, you want
Castle.
dun dun dun. You want dun
Wow.
dun dun. My button's not working. I'm very sad.
Perfect. Wonderful. Excellent.
I love that.
Also, just one thing to note with this castle, even though it's not shown in Tailspire because it's far simpler to show without, there are roofs to this place, and each of the rooms is ceilinged. Ceilings
So it's not
are.
ruined.
I mean, it's
Difficult.
certainly shown some wear and tear, but it does have roofs, and all the ceilings, unless stated otherwise, are 15 feet tall.
No, that's
Got
not
my
bad.
dun to work.
So it's
Grandma can
just not a
climb that
single
easily.
tall, like a single floor that's like 15 feet tall.
Okay,
Got it.
yes, it is
Yes.
working now. Cool.
But anyways, this is the side we approach from.
Yep. Here's
It
your...
looks like we got here at dawn, based on
Hey.
the coloration of light.
Yep, it's still early. The sun's just coming up over the hill.
Cool.
Choose your deployment.
So
But,
I'll let you guys
yeah.
get a quick view just of the structure here. You don't know what the heck's all inside, nor do you need to know where you're needing to go. But
There are
here's the
windows
structure.
though, right? Where all the wherever you see windows, there's actually windows there.
Yes, but the windows are barred up.
Got it. Sneaky it is then. Oh, I see. It's not a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Through the mountain.
Are you talking about this being secret tunnel?
Yeah.
Nope, it's just a door.
It's the servants' entrance.
Better.
All right. But we've got about an extra half an hour over what we were going to be going for, because I did want to get us at least to here, so then next week we can actually start the chaos.
It's gonna be full action. We're gonna do a combat camp session because we've had so much.
There's been a lot of RP
There's
sessions.
so much roleplay.
Not that I'm opposed to it, because roleplay is fun, but sometimes you gotta get a little bit of that action.
Also, you also get character development from roleplay.
I mean, we did
It's
have a
fun.
fight last session. We fought the wolves last session.
Yeah, but that wasn't much of a fight.
Come on, it was a fight, Helly.
I didn't
A
even
fight's
get
a
my.
fight.
I
You
didn't
gotta
even
have a
find
deal.
my sword. I
Yes,
didn't
because
even
you
get a
dropped
chance to
it.
grab my sword.
You found
couldn't
your
find
sword
it.
as
It
the
was
wolves are
on-
running away.
You couldn't find it because it wasn't under your pillow like my sword is.
Well, no, I was holding on to it. The thing is I heard the wolves, and then everyone was getting up, and then I accidentally dropped it, and so it fell back into the wagon underneath everyone's stuff. So I had to sort through everyone's stuff to find my sword again.
I don't want to hear it, Nessa. I wasn't even a part of it.
You were
was
not.
bad.
Sleeping in some tree. I'm sleeping in some tree.
It's just a piece of cardboard. Or piece
Cardboard.
piece of plywood.
Yeah,
Please.
Nessa is specifically the piece of plywood. Everybody else is cardboard.
It's because she's
Alright.
tougher. I think Goblin Slayer would also be plywood
Yeah,
because he's tougher.
Yeah.
No, I just
and
think
Bella.
it's because that's the only one that got connected when we were driving the cart originally. We had the Ed and Eddie play
Yes.
thing, and that was Nessa.
All right. But
Oh my
that
gosh, it's
is-
because she's from a different reality.
Yes.
I'm different because I'm.
But that's
Wait, no
going
one
to...
that made me cardboard, but everyone else plywood?
No, you're
'Cause it's
plywood.
different reality?
Your original dimension was plywood.
The original dimension was plywood. Okay.
But thank you guys all for tuning in, as always, and we will be back next week with more D&D shenanigans.
We'll see if we can stay on topic next time.
We will.
I
not.
doubt it.
Hey, technically we were mostly on topic. The penis pendant was on topic.
Kind of.
Good night.
Everybody, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.